eclipses. Solar eclipses. Solar eclipses.
Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again.
Tomorrow we build. Depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will go, give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go. Tomorrow we build. Depends on the future we want, we can make it as real. Maybe we will go, give up the ego. Making it feel good. Too scared to just let it go. Too scared to just let it go.
Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. Caught up in your gravity, always end up lost in your wake. Intoxicated, maybe we can start again. We can start again. We can start it.
Everything comes from nothing. Everything is something. So just let it all keep happening. Don't be mean to someone's end. It's all just beginning. Why can't we send an invitation to every end? All hands can clap, all hearts are beating equally. The walls of the air we're breathing. We can leave one more anything. We can leave it all the way. So play the music loud, form a bigger crowd. Don't let the lights go out. Don't be mean to someone's end. It's all just beginning. Why can't we send an invitation to every end? All hands can clap, all hearts are beating equally. The walls of the air we're breathing. We can leave one more anything. We can leave it all the way. So don't stop the
She found a way into my heart. Oh, oh, she don't make up, no, she make art. And I need a way to treat it, cause I keep getting high off of her. Off of her. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running back to you. Back to you. Back to
started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind, cutting my skin, but it's hard because I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nemesis Gaming League, where the grind continues. We are back for another night of Season 7 playoffs. Your boy Psychonautic in the booth, ready to spearhead this action tonight. And I am joined by the legendary Bagels, Mr. Chungus himself. How you doing, buddy?
Thank you. Doing pretty good, other than the fact that I barely made it in here in time, so sorry for the delay, everyone. A little 2-3 minutes behind. Happy to be here now. Happy to be casting with you, of course, the GOAT. Ready for potentially the greatest, not the greatest, well, the best Titan League playoff match of the season here.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have been saying, Bagels, and I think that you would probably know better than most people, given that you're a Titan League player yourself. And we are already in the action due to us running a little bit behind. So let me hear it from you, Bagels, before we get too deep into this. What's your caster prediction in this best of 7?
Oh my goodness. Bit of an open net here, and it will go through for Max. And actually, Max scoring for Blizzard here. I do have Blizzard in this matchup, probably in 6 or 7. It's going to be going down to the wire, I have a feeling.
Going to have quite a tough match in front of them.
Yeah, both of the games did go to Game 5, or both of the series went to Game 5. But the difference here is the last series that the Krakens did play, their first round matchup of the playoffs, they did not look good, and they almost got upset by the 8-seeded Vanguard, who was playing with a sub. So not very convincing from them at all. Does look like they're playing a bit of an increased pace here, and they've been playing pretty well so far. Unfortunately, Max was just able to hit that open net off a missed rotation, but they're definitely looking solid here as Mitch, a.k.a. Kuda, is going to get the equalizer.
Yeah, good play from him, able to get up there, get that second touch. I don't think Tox was expecting him to be able to get the ball that much on net, and he did have to get it through that final defender there. He did a great job. of securing that point, tying us up. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock as these two Titan teams head up against each other. Coffee gonna take it right off the top of the defender and put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, you really gotta. It's important to keep control in front of your own net, but a lot of the times, you just gotta get it out before an attacker comes flying in. Unfortunately, kind of an awkward bounce off that back wall either way. But again, Kraken's able to capitalize off these awkward positions that they're putting Blizzard in on defense. And again, off the kickoff, as Talk's able to corral this one to the sideball for now. But Kraken's Psycho, as we know, between Mitch and Luca, both solid 1v1 players, so they're going to be deadly on the dribble and the solo plays, and Blizzard have got to watch out for that. But at the same time, Toxic and Mad Max, here he is off the ceiling looking for the triple tap, and he will find it as say his name, and he's like Batman. He just shows up.
True, and I mean, Mad Max and Toxic are both back-to-back champions on Blizzard in the Titan League. They were both there for both of the championships. They're looking for the three-peat right here, right now, if they can get through this Kraken's team.
I was going to say, just both of these teams have star-studded players in the solo plays, as well as Toxic looking for the bump on the back one, especially Max. The last time these two teams played each other, Max almost got a triple flip reset at 0 seconds. And luckily, Krakens were able to stop it out, and that was the game decider right there. But, expect the whole series for Max to be going for clips, Zin to be going for some bumps just right there, and Tox, the cleanup man. He's self-proclaimed himself as the teammate. Just that's his role. I guess I said that on one of the matches, and he's just riding with it.
Fair enough. Everybody needs a good teammate. Everybody needs a good setup man. Zinvez with a great pass, some fundamental Rocket League there coming out from Blizzard as they just get a basic pass play. But I'm sure you're well aware of this, Bagels. Sometimes even at these upper leagues, just the basic plays are gonna be what you need to get past the defense.
Yeah, and it just comes down to the speed. As again, awkward ball out of the corner, Mitch almost able to capitalize it. But yeah, the simple plays, sometimes you need a lot of creativity. As Zin, awkward on the goal line, finds the save. Follow up there, but faked out from Mitch. But yeah, as long as you control the boost, you're getting some bumps. It doesn't take much to score on as long as you have consistent pressure, but a lot of the times you do need a fancy 1v1 play, a big creative passing play. We'll have to see how the defenses kind of fare the first few games as, oh my goodness, 3 players up for that ball. And I don't think we're going to have any shortage of action here in this series.
No, I don't think so either, as we're in the second half of game number 1. Blizzard up by 1. It's still a 0-0 series. Nkutta getting underneath it, but he can't get it past Toxic on the goal line. And Zinvez going to take control of it. Loses control out of the corner. He's still with it a little bit, but Luca going to clear that one out to the side. Luca in the midfield up to Kuda. Kuda looking to follow off the backboard. Can't get it through the crossbar, unfortunately. And Coffee going to make a touch, trying to keep it away from Blizzard, starting another offensive push here, but they're going to anyways. Zinvez with the shot. Coffee going to make the stop there. Pick up the Savior medal. Toxic missing his touch. Zinvez puts one on net. Kutta's there. Makes the stop. Tox gets control, sending it back. And oh, that almost did not work out as Luca jumped right into that play. But the Blizzard defense held out strong, and just a little under a minute left now on the clock, Bagels. Blizzard's still up by 1. And to be honest, I don't know if Krakens are going to be able to come back in game number 1.
Yeah, they've tried to go for some solo plays, and they're forcing a lot of double commits, but they just need perhaps a passing play right there, but Kuda not able to find a touch. But they need a demo. They need something big here because Blizzard themselves are looking for more bumps. Not finding contact on any of them, but still it's just the harassment onto this Kraken's roster, and they need something huge here in the final seconds, but Blizzard are keeping up the momentum.
Yes, they certainly are. And as we wind down the final 10 seconds of game number 1, will the Krakens be able to make it here with a final push? Kuda in the midfield. Coffee putting it off the backboard. It only needs to go down now. Toxic's going to keep it up and clear it all the way out. The ball is still up in Kraken zone. Lucas sends it all the way across. Kuda's there, gets the touch. Looking for Luca, but it gets sent back down.
Oh my.
Luca keeping it up. Coffee to send it back into Blizzard zone. Mad Max going to stick that one to the ground, and Blizzard's going to take game number 1.
Yeah, that was a valiant effort there at 0 seconds, and Coffee, he just got a little too heavy of a touch to keep that one up, but it was a sustained opportunity there at 0 seconds. But ultimately, I mean, Blizzard, just looking at the shots, 13 Krakens, not too far behind at 8, but still 5 shots ahead for Blizzard. And it's just a barrage of offense, and it comes in bursts of 3-4 shots at a time. And you always got to watch out for the bumps from Toxic and Zin too. And then, of course, Max on that solo play we saw Psycho, the triple tap off the ceiling to the backboard. I mean, once he just gets up, it's so hard to stop him. You got to have somebody pre-jumping him. And they even had somebody pre-jumping, and he still found the read. So it just comes down to limiting the boost control for this Blizzard team and kind of getting the bumps. And I think Krakens could come back here easily in game 2.
We'll have to see if they're able to do just that, or if Blizzard are going to put a stopper on the Krakens and go up 2-0 in the series. Game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get directly into this action and see what the Krakens are able to do against this Blizzard roster. As Luca pops that one out and back into the Blizzard zone. Mad Max taking it up his back wall. Mad Max with the touch, with the carry. Carries it past one, gets a musty flick on it. Gonna stick with it. 50s through another. Zinbez with the shot off of the crossbar. And Toxic still there, keeping the pressure alive for Blizzard. It's in front of the net. Luca there to make the stop. Luca with the flip reset. Gonna save it. Goes for the ground and pound, but can't get it through Toxic on the goal line. Ball's popped up in the midfield. Coffee with the touch. Mad Max sending it back down to Toxic, who doinks it forward into the Kraken zone. Zinvez not able to get to it in time. And with a minute gone now so far, Bagels, neither of these teams able to find the back of the net. And I honestly can't tell who's got the edge at this point. Blizzard's got more shots, but Kraken seems to be a little bit more deadly.
Yeah, that was a really good solo play from Luca, unfortunately, when he got that wave dash off that flip reset fake. Just ended up putting the shot right at Toxic, but he didn't really have any other kind of lane to do it. And still, I mean, the first 30 seconds, Blizzard forcing a triple commit on the goal line, going for some good plays of their own. But this is exactly what we saw in the first minute of game 1. Just the offense is exchanging as an open net. Luca, he just has to read the backboard, but a little too high of a bounce for him to convert on that one. And, oh my goodness, Kuda with the follow-up, too. Coffee with the slow roller. It still is so dangerous in front of the net, Psycho, but the Blizzard defense, they're not breaking.
And the Krakens are turning things on, but Blizzard still not giving it up. There it is, finally going to come out as Coffee forces the play, opening up the zone there for Luca to come in and take a shot at an empty net.
And a bit of a double commit there on the Blizzard goal line. Tox didn't really need to go for that ball, as it was kind of already handled by his teammate. But again, you limit the boost control, and here's a kickoff opportunity as Kuda could have maybe hit that one a little bit harder on the net, but maybe looking for a soft pop at first. Either way, an opportunity gone awry. Now off their own kickoff for Blizzard. Demo comes out, but no scoring. And yeah, I mean, Blizzard, they limited the boost control Krakens did onto Blizzard, and that's how they scored. Just got a few opportunities back and forth, and you see when Blizzard doesn't have boost, Mad Max cannot emerge on the offensive side, and that's the key.
Yeah, and a lot of demos starting to come out, but however, none of them are going to turn into a conversion so far, as Blizzard is forced to make another stop. Mad Max sends it out to Toxic. Toxic there to follow. He's going to get the 50 with Luca in the midfield. The ball is bouncing out of the Blizzard corner. It's still in the Blizzard zone. Kuda trying to take control. Gets clobbered. Luca with the touch from behind, sending it all the way back down to Blizzard zone off the backboard. Toxic is there. Send it back to the midfield. Down to Kuda, down to Luca. Luca looking to get something started. Gets a pass to the mid. Nobody there to help him out, as the ball is going to get cleared away. Coffee to boom that one down, but Mad Max makes an easy save on the goal line. And Zinvez sends it all the way back out. Coffee there coming out of the corner. Going to stick with it. Gets the musty touch. Can't do much else with it. Mad Max to pop that one up A minute and 35 seconds now left on the clock. Kraken's up by 1, and it's kind of interesting to see, to be honest with you, Bagels, the difference of game number 1 and game number 2, as this is a much lower scoring affair.
Yeah, there's a lot less shots, but definitely no shortage of action. Both offenses exchanging some pretty nice blows onto each other. As Coffee with an unfortunate touch. Mitch able to bail him out at the last second. Now it's critical. Open net the other side, but Max able to get there in time. Huge defense from the Krakens to bail out Coffee there on that missed touch, but still Blizzard, they're on the attack, and it's definitely been a slower game, Psycho. A lot less goals. There was 5 goals game 1, only 1 thus far. But still, I mean, it's just a matter of if one of these solo plays goes through, one of these long clears off of a demo attempt, lack of boost, these pass plays. But 30 more seconds and Krakens will equalize the series, but it's just a matter of if one of these opportunities is going to go through.
And will Blizzard be able to do it? Can Blizzard tie things up in the final 30 seconds? Yes! Yes, they can! Mad Max finding the pass from Toxic to tie things up.
And Toxic and Max, the connections being found, but ultimately Mitch and Coffee a little flat-footed on the goal line, not quite reading that bounce out of the corner, and Max is, 30 seconds left. He's just going to take that opportunity, just charge in. Why not? And now back at 1-1 apiece, and might be headed to our first overtime in the series, unless Luca has other things to say about it, as a huge double commit comes out. Opportunity down the opposite side, but Luca able to get back just in time.
Gets the clear and immediately gets erased. Mad Max looking for the split play. Can't get it through Coffee. What a save coming out from Coffee on the goal line in the final seconds of game number 2, sending us into overtime, Bagels.
Yeah, every time Max is on the ball, it's just a stellar of entertainment. And he's just going to, as long as he has boost, he's going to keep getting these touches in the air and try and get his way past every single defender, every mechanical play possible, and that one almost just went through. Though Luca looking for the left side. Mitch, he couldn't find the read off of the 45-degree bounce, and a little bit of calamity there is now Blizzard on the attack.
Yeah, I definitely thought that one was going in from Luca. I'm not sure if Kuda felt the same way or not, but it was unfortunate he was not able to clean that up. Blizzard now still, both of these teams actually now still tied at 40 seconds into this overtime. As Kuda sends that one all the way down. Mad Max with the touch over his backboard. Kuda trying to get it back out to the mid. Zinvez to send that one down. Mad Max not getting the touch he's looking for off the sidewall. Toxic gets the demo on Kuda. And Zinvez trying to keep the pressure alive. Luca gets it under Zinvez. Kuda trying to push it out. Luca's up, gets the clear, but he immediately gets blocked by Mad Max, who can't recover. Zinvez with the shot, the bouncer to get through. Coffee and Blizzard are now up 2 games in this best-of-7 series.
Yeah, and Coffee, you gotta respect the threat that is Mad Max in the air, but Max, he didn't have any boost to get the follow-up, and Coffee was going for an apparent squishy there in net. And Zin, he had the whole right side open with the bounce shot to boot. Especially when you're flat-footed on the goal line, the bounce shot's going to be pretty hard to defend. And, Blizzard just get the better of Krakens in that overtime, and it just really came down to that shot, Psycho, from Luca. It's really hard to hit those balls off the sidewall with precision and power, and Luca did that. But it was an inch too far to the left, and then Kuda couldn't find the read off of that bounce, and one missed shot now finds them down 2-0 in the series, unfortunately.
Which, I don't know how they feel about it, but if I was in their shoes, I'd be feeling a little bit worried at this point. They're not throwing out their tactical timeout, so I'm sure they're not too much worried about it. Plus, if we know anything about Luca and Kuda's mentality, they're probably, laughing right now, thinking that they're going to be able to pull this back. But I think Blizzard might have something different in mind here, Bagels. I think they really can smell the blood in the water. They want that 3-peat.
Yeah, and Zin, he's been around the league for so long. He's come in second place. I don't even know how many times. He's definitely looking for a chip at this point. And, granted, the lower bracket, in my opinion, is a much weaker side of the bracket than compared to the top one. So I feel like whoever makes it out of this matchup really has a really favorable chance to take home the dub in the grand finals there. But, you know, a little too early to call that yet, as every game, or both games that have been played thus far, have been one-goal games. It has been close, Psycho, but Blizzard are just getting the better of this Kraken's roster, and it really does come down to limiting the boost control of these teams. They need to get more bumps. We saw some bumps in Game 2, but, you know, the Blizzard defense is only going to give you so many opportunities, and the ones that were presented, the accuracy just wasn't there.
Yeah, that's fair, and you got to have your accuracy tuned in, especially if you're playing with Titans, as I'm sure all 6 of these guys are well aware, cannot afford to be dropping easy opportunities or even opportunities at all. As it seems, Blizzard has dropped very few and is part of the reason that they are up 2-0 in the series. Coffee with the 50. Kuda's there. He cannot make the touch, but he pulls out a fake on one of the defenders. Luka trying to get it past, gets it past the defenders, but his shot is wide. It's going to bounce off that back wall. Kuda trying to cut off Max in the corner. He successfully does, but Zinvez helping him out. Luka with the booming clear past the midline. Luka's still with it. Gets the pop up, looking for a teammate. Kuda's there, but he can't get a touch on net. Zinvez going to clear that one away. Coffee taking possession and in the Kraken zone. Luka beating out the Blizzard player in his own zone, but Blizzard's still going to keep the pressure in the Kraken's half as the ball gets pinched out and away from the midfield. And we've got about 3 minutes left on this clock with nothing on the board so far. Really only one shot from the Kraken's, Bagels. It's kind of surprising.
Yeah, the offense is getting slower and slower through each game. Granted, the speed is still here. The pace of play is very fast. As mistakes starting to come out on the goal line. Coffee can't hit the shot and the double commit too. Luka not able to find it. Kuda just looking to keep ball possession here with a ceiling shot. Open backboard, but both Coffee and Luka on the retreat. But yeah, I mean, the midfield control is just a deadlock between these two teams. I mean, again, the first 2 minutes, nobody's scoring here, and same thing as last game. And I mean, I really feel like Krakens, they gotta score first here. And you know, last game, the rare time where you score first and you end up losing that game. But Krakens, they need something here. As the net is open. Why is the net open?
That is a good question, Bagels. And it looks like the third man just committed. He didn't. I guess there was a communication error or whatever. But two Blizzard people in the corner of the Krakens, and then the third goes, thinking he's going to get it, misses, leaving that net wide open. And you can bet that Luka's going to hit that open net 150% of the time that there is one for him to hit. Luka again with the ball trying to get it past Toxic, but can't. And Zinvez off his own backboard is there with the ball. He has to 50. Coffee 50s with Toxic. This could be dangerous for Blizzard. Toxic going to pop it up. Luka's there getting the touch, but it's immediately touched by the Blizzard defense. Kuda maintaining control. Is Mad Max going to bounce it off the top of him? Zinvez gets it past one. Off the backboard, Luka gets the touch that he needs. Mad Max is there, gets the shot. Kuda to get the save.
Kuda out of the... sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you know, a huge and rare mistake coming out from Blizzard. And, you know, this time, Krakens were able to capitalize on that. And, you know, if they're going to make a mistake like that, you very well should score that ball. And if they're going to keep making mistakes, they need to be hitting them, as they're not going to make surely that many more. But again, Psycho, they tied it up with 1 minute left the last time. We'll have to see if they can do it again.
And Zinvez with the touch that pops up in front of the net. Mad Max there to knock it away. Mad Max again getting a touch on the ball. Kuda pops it up. We're seeing more and more of this midfield lockdown between these two teams. But that is not going to work out in favor of Blizzard this go-round, as they are down by one. Just kidding, though. Luka makes it back in time to make the save that looked... Oh, my. And then Blizzard just doesn't care.
That was just panic. That was just panic from Kuda. He tried to make up for his previous mistouch, and I think he even could have still hit this ball despite it being on top of Luka's head. But he was just trying to do too much after that first whiff, and it was just chaos on the goal line. And not how you want to give that up, especially off of a mistake like that. And now they're going to have to find something here. Good 50 off the ceiling, but Max able to put it into his own corner right now. And they need a huge set piece right now to get momentum and morale back in their favor.
In the final 10 seconds, will Blizzard be able to shut things down and take 3 games in the series? Or are Krakens going to hold out? Maybe Krakens might even stop it. No, we're going to get the touch to the ground. We're going to get overtime for game number 3, our second overtime of this series, ladies and gentlemen. And let's see what these two teams are capable of. Toxic coming out of the corner with the second touch. He opens it up, gets it past the defender, Mad Max, to finish it out. Blizzard taking game number 3, now sitting at match point, looking to completely sweep the undefeated Krakens.
And I think this is a little late on the timeout here from the Krakens. Probably should have taken it in the last series, but again, this is kind of how my team, the Grandmasters, felt when we were playing our series. Granted, we ended up losing that series, but we felt confident in every single game. We didn't really want to take our timeout. Eventually, we did. But every single one of these games has been absolutely within reach for the Krakens, and you can see that given that each game has been a 1-goal game, and each goal in that Grandmasters series was 1-goal games, and a lot of overtimes as well. So when you're this close, you feel like you're in control. Every opportunity, you feel like you can score, but ultimately Blizzard, their defense is just so good. And when the shooting, there's like you said, Psycho, there's been a lot less shots each and every game since game 1. Game 1 was just a absolute cage match, just offensive blowout between both teams. But now things are starting to get realized between these two teams. They realize the end is near. Krakens do, and the offense and midfield control starting to slow down a little bit. But really, it just came down to that big mistake there, Psycho, from Kuda in the corner. And now they're in a very hard place. They're down 3-0 against Blizzard. And I don't know if there's any words of encouragement that can mount the comeback. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I don't blame you there being in this position, even if you are the undefeated of Season 7, going up against Mad Max, Toxic, and Zinvez, as you just stated. This is not the position you want to be in. These guys, Zinvez, we've already pointed out, he's been in the league for a while. He's been to grand finals multiple times. He's no stranger to the pressure, and Mad Max and Toxic are defending champions. They're back-to-back defending champions looking for the three-peat. So they definitely want to shut down the Krakens right here, right now. But, honestly, Bagels, if there's a team that on paper should be able to pull off this reverse sweep, it's got to be Krakens, right?
It's got to be. It's going to have to be for their sakes. But, it all starts here, game 4. Obviously just a must-win game, but if they do win this, it's going to start creeping in the back of Blizzard's mind, especially Zinvez. He wants to get to the grand finals. He wants to win. He doesn't want to lose. And if they take 1, maybe even 2 games, I know that especially on the defensive side, Zin can start to panic a little bit, and mistouches might start to come out. As far as Toxic and Mad Max, you know exactly what you're going to get out of them. It's just absolute consistency from both these players. As a crazy touch off the back wall from Toxic. It's going to keep this a fair scoreless thus far, but I don't know. They need a big set piece. They need a big goal. They need a big clip right now to get morale up. They need to start joking around again. They need something.
Yeah, I agree. They do need something big. Dare I even say they need a big win. I feel like they need to just absolutely shut out and demoralize this Blizzard roster, like a 4-0, something just to really get their blood boiling. Kuda with the shot there. Nice shot, but Zinvez ready for it on the goal line. Luca with the big pop, looking to get the touch off the ceiling, but Mad Max going to beat him out. And Coffee trying to get it through the corner. Talks to take it away from him. Talks with the carry out. And Talks looking for the demo on Luca. Not going to get it. Mad Max still got pressure on the ball. Zinvez is there. His shot going to be wide. And Luca taking it out of the corner. He's with it. He gets demoed. Actually, the double demo from Luca, and Talks coming out. And the ball still is in Blizzard zone. Coffee trying to find a pass. The ball gets pinched and cleared. Luca sending it back to the mid. Mad Max is there, finds a touch, a second touch off of the waterfall, can't get it in, but beautifully sets up his teammate, rotates out of there, and Tox cleans things up.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I know what Max is capable of, but even that touch was just absolutely crazy. I mean, if he's making that touch, surely he's just passing it off the backboard to another teammate. But no, he goes for the shot on the 0-degree angle from the backboard off the double tap. Absolutely insane angle, and luckily it just bounces out straight to Toxic. But you know, Toxic, he's ready because he knows what Max is capable of. He knows that this ball is coming to the middle for him. And you know, Max as a teammate, he's just so, oh my god, he's so readable because you know exactly what he's going to do. As a crazy save on the goal line from Blizzard. And oh my goodness, and that's not what you wanted if you're the Krakens. You needed to score first as Blizzard continuing to pour it on, continuing to force these double commits. And Max on the ball again will get 50'd out, but they need a counter, Psycho, and they need it quick. They need something. Keep saying it, but it just has to get done if you're the Krakens.
Yeah, it does. It has to, because you can tell that Blizzard is absolutely feeling themselves right now. They're not making mistakes. They're just all up in the Kraken's business, all over every single ball. They're not giving them any space, and that does not feel good. Mad Max with the goal.
And Mitch Kuda he's trying to play too fast once again and misses that touch in the corner on the offensive side, and just the ball, especially in Titan League, the offensive transitions from defense are just so quick. We saw that there. Zen with just a huge, he's always been known for the monster dunks. There's one more misplay for the Krakens come out. Can they be capitalized on? Yes, it will. Crossbar down for Zen, and an demoralizing and perhaps insurmountable 3-0 lead.
Yeah, I would hate to say that the Krakens can't come back with 2 minutes left on the clock, but with the way Blizzard's been playing, it seems quite impossible to me as well, Bagels. But, you know, hey, you never know, I guess. Luca's definitely known to pull off some crazy things. I don't know if he's going to be able to, you know, essentially 1v3 this Blizzard roster, but, hey, 2 minutes left. Let's see what he can do.
Indeed, and they need to get some bumps. They need to get some passes. Steal this boost. It's going to have to be about a goal per 30 seconds. And the way Blizzard's been playing defense, it's got to start here. Kuda with the shot on read, and, you know, it's not the prettiest goal, but that's what they need. They needed this right now.
That's what they needed. That's what they needed. And they take those. I'm sure they take those. I would hope that they take those. And now they only need one goal every, 45 seconds? Or
Hey, it's improvement.
Improvement? Yeah, not bad, not bad. We'll see if the Krakens are able to build off of this. This is the do or die moment for the Krakens. If you're just tuning in, they are down 0-3 in the series, and they're down by 2 in this game. And if they lose, they go home. Their season ends. A perfect record just to end in the semifinals. Not what you would desire coming off of a regular season perfect run, but, you know, it is what it is. 60 seconds remaining. Will the Krakens be able to pull this off, or is Blizzard going to shut things down and secure their spot in the grand finals against a currently undecided opponent? Coffee up to Luca. Luca with the shot. It's going to hit the crossbar. Doesn't go in, but Kuda is there to clean things up. And now Krakens are only down by 1. 40 seconds left. It is possible now, Bagels.
There's a huge play from Luca. The quick pass from Coffee and the quick shot bouncing off the crossbar. Huge play from them, down by 1. It comes down to this kickoff. Can they get a good one off the side? Coffee first here. They need to get some sustained offense, continuous pressure in this last 30 seconds.
Zenvez down to Mad Max, but Luca is there, and Luca with the pass that bounces off of his teammate Kuda, but it didn't go. The Blizzard defense was ready for it. 20 seconds left now on the clock for the Krakens to find one more goal. They need it or they go home. 11 seconds, 10 now. Coffee trying to get it out. Luca with the touch off the side. Zenvez descended out. Only 3 seconds left. If this ball touches, This is all she wrote for the Krakens. They have to now carry it across, and it's not going to happen. It drops. Blizzard is your winners in the semifinals against the Krakens. Blizzard now moving on to the grand finals.
Yeah, just an absolute showing from them. Again, another 1-goal win, and just Blizzard, no elemental joke here intended, but they just have the ice. They have what it takes. They have the confidence to be able to get these saves, get these critical game-winning goals. And oh my goodness, they really could do no wrong. They made one overcommit from Zin, and Luca scored an open net in game 3, but realistically, they made no critical errors, no big mistakes. There was a double commit on the goal line there, but that was after 4 shots in a row from Kraken, so that's understandable at times. But really, 2 mistakes in 4 games, 2 big mistakes in 4 games, that's nothing, and that's against the undefeated Krakens. Well, now not undefeated Krakens, but I unfortunately it just came down to Kuda there. It just looked like he was having an off series. He was trying to play too quick after game 1, game 2. It looked like he was playing really solid, but I think it started the fear of losing got into his mind. He was just trying to play way too quick, way too fast, rushing the touches game 3 and game 4. And Blizzard, they just got the better of the Krakens here on this night.
Yeah, quite unfortunate for the Krakens to walk home with a loss right there, but big ups to Blizzard coming through, securing their spot in the grand finals, ever closer to the 3-peat championship. So you know that they got to be feeling really good about themselves right now. And I don't know, Bagels, I'm feeling pretty good too. That was even though it was a sweet, Bagels, I feel like it was still a pretty good match. Krakens didn't just get blown out of the water. They just, like you pointed out, they made a couple of critical mistakes at probably the worst times that they could have made them.
Yeah, I mean, and even though the Krakens were underperforming, again, it's just a testament to their skill that every single game was a 1-goal loss, 2 overtimes, no less. And the overtimes were somewhat deep. They went a few minutes there. Although, actually, I think one of them went 2 minutes and the other one was scored in 12 seconds. I could be wrong. But either way, I mean, it was just so close. It's just Blizzard they're just dominating. And after playing Toxic and Mad Max the past few seasons, there's just no other presence on the offense of them just bearing down on you. A lot of times Rocket League players won't admit when they're scared of another player. When I played against Krakens, I know what Luca and Mitch are capable of, but they don't scare me. When Max is on the ball with boost and free space, that is a Rocket League player. That is a man that scares me. And when he's pulling out double flip resets, musty flicks into the double taps, and even when you got Tox, the teammate, I'm just gonna embrace it now because I said it that one time. Tox, the teammate, if he can flip reset double tap, he can musty too. It's just wild what this Blizzard team is capable of. And if I'm whoever's coming out of the lower bracket, you better have a serious game plan headed into that grand finals.
Yeah, I could not agree more with those 2 players, and then Zinvez to round it out. And I've heard many times people say Zinvez is probably one of the best all around, just he's not so super on the offense. He doesn't got all these crazy mechanics, but you need a solid player. Zinvez is your guy. He's going to be the place that he needs to be. He's going to make the touches he needs to make. He did a really good job in the midfield and defensively out here tonight. And I think that's a really good dynamic for them, for him to sort of play that role and allow Mad Max and Toxic to just do their thing and wreak havoc on the offensive zone.
All right, yeah, Zin is good. But enough about Zin. It's time to talk to Mr. Tox, aka the teammate. How you doing, Tox?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey man, congratulations on that win. That was big. Looked really good out there.
Yeah, we were destroying them, no cap.
Well, we were putting it a little bit respectfully, but yeah, just a little bit.
So, I mean, not gonna lie to you, Toxic. I'm a little bit intimidated being in the call with somebody as good as you, but let me just ask, was there any point during, whether it was before you got on the field with the Krakens or maybe in one of the matches, was there any point that you thought, nah, they're going to take a game, we're not going to get a sweep on them?
I mean, we usually start out slow, but I mean, we always try our best and we perform our best in playoffs. So, like all the other previous matches or whatever, there was just no indication of what was going to happen, and we just performed.
Yeah, Blizzard, playoff Blizzard is certainly a different Blizzard, and granted, it's been talked about a little bit here. Toxic. The bottom of the bracket is by all means a Mickey bracket. So granted that probably now your toughest opponent is out of the way. I'm expecting some freestyling in the grand finals. No lie, I need to see some triple flip resetting out of Max. I need to see a pre jump from you. Can I get that?
I think we may be able to deliver, but I think for this season we're gonna try not to lose a single game.
All right.
So no guarantees, but we'll try our best.
Wow.
Sounds good.
That's crazy. So out of the Mickey Mouse bracket, what we got left, Venganza versus Pinnacle, I think happens a little bit later tonight. Out of those, actually, let me just get a prediction from you. Who do you think is going to take that one, Toxic? Do you think Venganza has got it or Pinnacle?
Who I want to win and who I think wins are two different people. I think Venganza might be winning this, but I really want Pinnacle to win because I want to play Deluxe in the final.
Just because you want to play Pinnacle in the final?
I just want to play Deluxe, TBH.
Oh, you want to play Deluxe. Gotcha.
Yeah, he's our homeboy.
Hey, there you go. Shout out Deluxe being the homeboy to the teammate.
Shout out Zayo too. He's also our homeboy. I don't know where he's at though.
Any other shout outs you got?
Shout out to my team. Shout out to the fans. We're here to win for you guys.
True.
No shortage of winning the past few seasons. Alrighty, well, I think you've obviously displayed your confidence in your team and your skill, so I think we're going to put you on your way there, Toxic, but congratulations on an obvious and dominant performance there for Blizzard.
Thank you.
Alrighty, well, that was the teammate there on Blizzard there, Psycho, and oh my goodness, just as Mad Max in chat, apparently he's still mad at me for getting the best of him in another league match, and I think he's going to carry that momentum over into the grand finals. But they said, they're not messing around here, Psycho. I was trying to get a little bit of a laugh out of him in the freestyling, but he said they don't want to drop a single game. So that means that they really want to get this chip for Zen, and they want to dominate.
Yeah, not only the chip for them, but the three-peat for themselves. As correct me if I'm wrong here, Bagels, but no team in Nemesis history has gone three-peat yet.
No team, period, has won 3 times ever, let alone 3 times in a row. So definitely both records, so to say, on the line there for Blizzard. And I mean, if there's any team that could do it, it is 110% this Blizzard roster. If we had some stakes in the casinos right now, I mean, granted, it would probably be like a negative 1,000 favorite for Blizzard, but I still might put some money on there.
Hey, might as well, because whenever you got odds like that, the payout's bound to be big, right?
Well, if somehow Venganza won, yes, but the more people that bet, the less money you get in return. But if you throw in $100, you get $5 back. Why not?
Okay,
if it's that surefire of a win.
Where do I send my $100 to, Bagels?
If we can somehow manufacture a casino for online betting in the draft league in 6 days time, we'll figure it out. But
all right, I got a
probably won't happen.
Make a call. I'm gonna get that one. Yeah, well, I mean, unfortunately, we don't have the casino. We can't do that. But what we do got, ladies and gentlemen, is 4 more banger matches coming up for you tonight. That's going to wrap us up in our first match. But whenever we come back from our break, we're going to be heading into the Challenger League. We've got the number 1 Ascension seed, Rocker Man and the boys, going up against the number 5 Raptors and Cottony the Carry. Bagels. That's going to be a huge one, I think. That's going to be one for the record books.
Yeah, and I think maybe I could be wrong, but I know Oinko himself. I'm not gonna quote that actually. I was thinking he might be going for a second or a third championship, but I believe that is incorrect. But that is indeed going to be a banger matchup. Probably again a similar situation to the series we just saw. I think whoever comes out of that matchup upcoming is probably going to have a pretty good shot at taking home the dub in the grand finals. But we'll have to figure out the result for that coming up shortly.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen, about 10 minutes. If you need to get a bathroom break in, get some food, get some drink, do your thing, and be back here in about 10 minutes for some more Nemesis Gaming League.
Paralyze my heart. Don't wanna feel your touch like ice tracing on my scars. Why is it hurt on the inside? It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you break me, but something about it makes it so. Baby, every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. Frozen in my dream, I can't escape the thoughts of you. If I try to leave, when I'm with you I can't move. It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you break me, but something about it makes us whole. Baby, every piece keeps us together in the cold. wanna feel your touch like ice, tracing all my scars. Why does it hurt on the inside? It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you, you break me, but something about it makes us so, baby. Every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. Frozen in my dream, I can't escape the thoughts of you. If I try to leave, when I'm with you I can't move. It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you, you break me, but something about it makes us whole, baby. Every piece keeps us together in the cold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold. I break you break me, holding our love in chains of gold.
started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind, cutting my skin, but it's hard because I'm falling. Tell me why I'm falling. Oh, life's calling, but it's hard because I'm falling.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League, where after Blizzard with a huge upset to get the night rolling, it's another action-packed match heading into the Challenger League for Ascension versus the Raptors. We got the number one team in Chally taking on their divisional rivals in the Raptors, and I'm joined by Puggles in the booth for an absolute banger. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing really good. You know, after watching that series before this one, I was a little disappointed in, how it went out. I was hoping for a little bit of a longer series, but this one is guaranteed to at least be longer than it because I don't know if it can go much shorter than the last one, Pepperoni.
Yeah, and as the Blizzard's AGM, I can't say I'm upset with the 4-0 sweep, but I do agree some content would have been appreciated, but I'm sure that these two teams, who I think split their series during the regular season, I think they can give us that, because these are two very evenly matched teams, Buggles. And what can you tell me about their rosters?
Alrighty, so I can tell you all that you need to know about these two rosters. First, we're going to start with the number one seeded team, Ascension. This is your top team right now. It's comprised of Rockerman, Merely, Jaegers, and Koval as their sub. And right now, they're looking pretty good. They went on an 11-game winning streak before losing their last game in the regular season. The Ascension team is looking for their second Grand Finals appearance, and it's looking pretty good this season for their second. And they previously, in the quarterfinals, they beat Drake's 4-0, clean sweep them, get them out of the way for their semifinal match. And then we're flipping it right over to Raptors, the number 5 seeded team. After causing a bit of an upset to my Venom my Venom team, they won 4-2. They lost the last 3 games before playoffs, and the Raptors team has never made the grand finals before. But an interesting stat about these two teams is that when they played each other, they played in the very beginning and the very end of the season. And Raptors, they took it in the beginning, clean 3-0 sweep. And then funnily enough, Ascension also took it in a 3-0 sweep. So, right now, Ascension, they're dealing the hot hand. So it's going to be up to Raptors to try and catch up to them.
Yep, and there's a lot of playoffs experience in this match. Both teams with several Grand Finals winners looking to get back to that top stage and get another championship to their name. But here we go, Puggles. It is time to rock and roll. Give me that totally accurate prediction I can hold you to for this entire series.
You know what? This totally accurate prediction is going to have to go with Ascension because right now they've just looked like the hotter team, and no shade to that Venom roster, but I mean, they did put up quite a good fight against Raptors, and Raptors, they're going to need a little bit more to beat out this Ascension roster.
I'd have to agree with you there. This Ascension roster, a team that I'm very familiar with, so this is a game I cannot wait to get rolling. And so far, that first kickoff could have been scary for the Raptors, but no problem there. That's a big clear early from Ibonic. Pressure is going to have to be maintained for Raptors because Ascension, they're not going to have crazy shots. They're just going to out-pressure you. And right there is what we need to see from the Raptors all series long. Just attack the Ascension defense and get that early goal going.
Yeah, and a really early goal here within the first 30 seconds. Demon able to beat out a defender. I was trying to make the clear from Ascension. And like you said, Raptors, this is a good look and hopefully a good foresight for them into the series.
Yep, and as long as they can hold Ascension on defense, I feel like that is where they're going to thrive. Is Cotney with the fake, and he finds the read off the crossbar and down. Cotney, one of those former champions, he won last season in the Prospect League. He's going to get the ball rolling even faster for the Raptors.
Yeah, and a huge flip reset fake as he just comes right off the ball, right under it. It goes under 2 of the Raptors defenders, and from that Drake series, the Ascension, they did have a few double commits, so we're gonna have to make sure that they clean that up here in this series.
Yeah, and right now, Ascension, kind of needing to slow down the pace and get their feet under them before this first game just gets away from them. Cottony showing mechanics. The six-man's god is just taking over the lobby as he takes it all the way across field. Rockman trying to relieve some of the pressure, but it is right to the waiting hands of Ibonic, who gets it past Jaeger's off the ceiling, merely looking for a shot, has the double tap, and he finds it! Bottom corner, a little bit of an own goal, but merely did his job, and Ascension cuts the lead in half.
Yeah, and merely this was the big man to step up in that Drake series. He was hitting double taps out the wazoo, and just a little bit of a unfortunate positioning there from Cottony. But if you're Ascension, you're gonna have to take it, as these goals are gonna be hard to come by against this Raptors team.
Yeah, if the Raptors can just keep their pressure on, they won't have to worry about the pressure that Ascension has been attacking these teams they play so often. Eventually, you let one through. They just keep them on defense. That's not going to happen, as Jaegers is just kind of escorting the ball around, doesn't know where to go with it. Finally, hands it off. Rockman trying to take the 50. This goes right to the ceiling. Another 50 from Merely. A lot of chaos going on. Jaegers has to make a save, and a good diving attempt to keep it out of the back of the net. And Ibonic with the demo, and Rockman's going to get a lot of pressure going here. Raptors doing a great job of keeping Ascension out of breath. Ibonic taking it all the way back, trying to set up an attack full field, but a miss comes through in the pass, and Rockman cuts it off. Cottony and Ibonic both kind of going for the same ball, merely still put in an awkward situation, but not too much to ask for the defensive master of Merely. And right now, if they can get Merely on offense here, Puggles, I think Ascension can get this game back to tie game.
Yeah, Merely, he's definitely the shooter on this roster, as Jaegers and Rockman so great at locking down this defense, but they're gonna have to be wary of this Raptors offense, so mechanical and so gifted that they can just put any shot in from anywhere. As he's gonna take my words and speak them into existence. A huge shot top right.
I mean, this is just proof that Puggles knows everything he's talking about. What a shot from Demon. He's a shooter. I mean, he could have put that bottom left and that was rolling into the net slowly, no problem. But he's like, nah, we slot these, and puts it right behind all three defenders. And now Ascension back to a two-goal deficit in front of their eyes right now here in game one. About halfway left to go. But I'm sure Ascension's been in this position plenty of times. But Jaegers, he wasn't ready to make the save. Boost or not, he cannot get back to that one. And the Raptors, they're kind of running away with game one here, Puggles.
Yeah, they sure are. Only halfway through this game, and I mean, it's 3 goals down is tough to come back from, but Raptors, their offense is looking deadly, and right now, that's really all they need, because Ascension, they can't get out of their own half.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's time to look to game two and see what did we do wrong that we can, do better next game, but right now, merely trying to get a miracle goal to put this in a more manageable situation. 3 goals is a very daunting task against a really, really aggressive team like the Raptors, but that aggression can be their downfall, and it will be for the second goal of Ascension. A little bit of a double commit opens up the net for Merely.
Yeah, and like you said, that double commit absolutely opened it up, as Merely, he has a free tap in, and that's what this Ascension team is so good at, is capitalizing on those mistakes, and we're going to have to see if Raptors continuously make these mistakes, or if they try and shore them up here in this coming series.
Yeah, and a really good kickoff there from Jaegers just makes it awkward for Cottony. But we know Cottony, he's too good to be in an awkward situation, not make the best of it. As Rockerman has got to help out Jaegers, but he can't do it. Demon, that was just toxic, just bullying Jaegers in the net.
As Demon, he almost faked the demo attempt, and Jaegers, he needed to respect it, as this Raptors team, very notable for their demos, but he doesn't connect it this time, but the result ends the same, as another goal for Raptors.
Yeah, and right now, 2-5. That is not a scoreline I think anybody expected going into this first game of the series. Ascension, they swept their last one. As you said, a very slow start for the Raptors in their quarterfinal matchup, but right now, still, even with Merely's third goal coming through, Raptors, they don't look too worried about this the comeback attempt, because a lot of the mistakes that's happening are giving a goals immediately. So if you eliminate these mistakes for the Raptors, I think they're fine.
Yeah, these, like you said, these goals are coming off of a Raptors mistakes, but if you're an Ascension fan, you need to start seeing these passing plays that we've seen Ascension hit in previous series, and even in the quarterfinals, they had a few great passing plays that they managed to get in, but until those start to come to fruition, there's really not going to be very many repeatable goals, which are goals that you can score pretty much at any time.
Yeah, and Merely the former rival player. I think he made it to grand finals last season with the Pineapples. He's trying to get it done in the Challenge League too. And right now he is at the top of the scoreboard for his team. But when you got Demon on the other side, just racking up the goals, he's got 4 already. It's going to be a very daunting task for Merely to do it by himself. So it's going to be Jaegers and Rockerman for sure stepping up. But that's just passing it off to Merely, whatever it takes. Because right now, Ascension, they got 2 goals to get in the last minute or so left in this game. We'll see if they can make it happen as Cotty takes it to his own corner. And Merely's there to meet him, but Rockerman and Jaegers in the same spot in the corner. And Ibonic with a huge 50. This should be an opportunity. Awkward shot for him, so he'll leave for Demon. By the way, Rockerman was ready for the save if it ever came through. But time is just ticking away here, and that's what the Raptors want here, Puggles. They don't have to do anything but just show up on defense.
Yeah, that's they just need to hold down right now. If they have 2 goals, it's 30 seconds remaining, and it's gonna be a tough task for Ascension to take this game. And honestly, at this point, if I was Ascension, I would just look to game 2 here.
Yeah, and a lot of what they did wrong in this game was just start too slow. A lot of over-aggression. I wouldn't say by just Austin and Rockman and Jaegers. It's kind of a team effort where, 2 people go for a ball and the third man's kind of left to be bullied. We saw Demon take advantage of a lot of that last man back situation. And Raptors, a pretty convincing game 1 victory to kind of get the series rolling. For sure the underdogs, even though I think they were predicted as the favorites in the poll. But I think in the back of everybody's minds, you got to expect the 1 seed to come out and perform. And in game 1, you could have said the Raptors were the 1 seed and I would have believed you.
Yeah, the Raptors, they're looking dominant right now, and something that essentially needs to change are these double commits that you're talking about. You're going to throw names, but I will throw names because it is mainly Rockerman and Jaegers. They're both in similar spots at the same time, and when that happens here, you can just get one huge clear over your head, and it's going to be basically impossible to try and get that save or try and get the ball out without having it result in a goal. So Ascension, they need to clean up those double commits, and Raptors, they just need to keep playing offense because right now, when they're on defense, it looks a little shaky, but they don't need to play defense if they're always on offense.
Exactly, and I think 9 saves there combined for Ascension. So, I mean, really the problem is their midfield right now. They got to keep these shots from ever coming through in the first place. There's so much room in the midfield for the Raptors, whether it's just Connie air dribbling it over 3 or Demon's just going crazy on that last man back and getting an open shot. It's just a team effort from the Raptors. They're all getting it done. And when Ibonic is the guy you're not saying his name the most, it's scary because Ibonic is one of the most capable mechanical players probably in all of Challengers. So right now, Raptors looking good, looking to take this to a game 2 victory, keep that momentum going as Jaegers will take that one off the hands of Rockerman, keep him from having to commit. And a little whip comes through from Rockerman, merely quick to get in front of that one, realizing the mistake before it got dangerous. And Demon hard off the wall, but Jaegers, very good backboard positioning so far in this game, has given him 2 really quick saves in the first 40 seconds of this game have gone by. Ibonic with a little whiff right there, and Cotney put in a bad situation, and a great shot from Merely, putting his 4th into the back of the net. And so far, it's just Demon versus Merely.
It sure is. It's Merely able to slot it bottom left right above Cotney there, and that's a huge start here from the Ascension team. Getting on the board first, it's gonna do wonders for their confidence.
Yeah, and right there, a little overcommit. Jaegers makes a save with 2 Raptors diving into the net. So counterattack dream right here for Ascension. Rockerman looking for the bump with the F-150, but it will be Ibonic coming in to help out his team, and Demon will relieve the pressure. Merely has boost to work with, but a very awkward position ball will make Jaegers have to help him out. And this is very scary here for Ascension, but Ibonic not going to put it on target. The goalie was probably had a decent save nonetheless, but he won't even give him the chance for the free 50 points. And a minute and 15 seconds gone by. Raptors yet to find the back of the net here, Puggles. A very big improvement from game 1 as they've had their opportunities for sure, but so far, Ascension holding strong.
Yeah, Ascension, they're playing solid defense right now. They only have 3 saves, but right now that's all they really need as these Raptors attacks aren't creating many quality chances. They're getting these opportunities, but the shots just aren't making this Ascension team jump. So the accuracy definitely needs to come back like the game 1 performance.
Yeah, and so far the biggest thing for both these defense is the backboard presence has not been flawed at all. Both teams doing a great job of recognizing the double tap attempts that are coming through, and the potential for these doubles between Merely, Cotney, both these guys are insane at reading the backboard. So if you give them any chances to, you can just count it as a goal before it's even in. And Rockerman fakes out one, but Demon comes in to help each other out. That's what this game plan has kind of been for both teams. If one guy gets beat, there has to be another person there because both these teams rely on a lot of pressure, and there has been plenty of it. Jaeger centers it to Merely trying to get it downfield, but a very awkward ball to take control of. And Cotney will make quick work at this. No boost means it's right to the arms of Rockerman. Demon puts it over one, but gets bumped before he can answer. Jaeger's trying to put it on target with Rockerman just bumping the goalies. It will not come to fruition. Merely looking for a bump mid-air, can't get it. And right now, Ascension, they're kind of just playing their game, and it is looking very effective because Raptors, they can't put any shots on target. They have just the 4. But, I mean, Ascension, they haven't felt really threatened at all so far in this game.
Yeah, but you gotta give it to Raptors. They're still playing some pretty good defense right now, only holding Ascension to 1. And Ascension, we saw a double commit a little bit ago, and right now Raptors, they're just not taking advantage of that. And that's the same thing that happened to Drake's. Ascension, they made a few double commits like once every game pretty much, but no capitalization came from it. And right now you're gonna need to capitalize off of those mistakes if you're Raptors, because that's how you're gonna beat this defense.
Yeah, and there we go. Demon, just as you say it, he will beat the defense, and Raptors is going to tie this game back up. I mean, you had to figure eventually, once the Raptors get off their defensive half, their offensive pressure has been too much all series long so far. And right there, they will tie this game back up, Puggles. And I mean, what's the fix for Ascension? Are they going to let more goals rain in like they did last game, or are they going to get back to work on offense?
I mean, they got to get back on this offense right now. It hasn't been too stellar from both defenses, but if you're picking a matchup between Merely and Demon, I got to go with Demon because right now he's been showing the accuracy.
Yeah, and I think 4 goals last game for Demon, 3 goals last game for Merely, and both of them already having 1 in this game. So we'll see if he can kind of just take control of that 1v1 situation as the series goes on. But I really want to see Jaegers and Rockerman get involved. They're kind of just playing the physical game right now as Ibonic gets involved in that himself. I mean, if it's just opening up for Merely has been the game plan, I think that's a very effective strategy. But a shot comes one from Cotney, and kind of just the guy sitting in net for Ascension, and the guy racing back couldn't help him out.
Yeah, but Demon able to leave this ball, go for that demo, making Jaegers jump early, and Merely he is just in a bad position to try and get up for it. So now Ascension, they're down 1 with a minute left. They need a big comeback now, or else it's threatening that they go 2-0 down in the series.
Yeah, you never want to go down 2-0 in a series as a 1 seed in the playoffs. We saw it happen for the Kraken. They kind of just fell apart as it went on. So Ascension, they need to take control of this game right now. They need to get this to a tie series in a tied game 2, because right now it's just 1 goal. That is an easy task for a team like Ascension, who just succeeds with putting pressure, and Merely with the pressure. It looked like another double commit came out, and Merely with his, was it 5th goal of the series already? He has all the shots and all the goals.
Yeah, Merely, like you said, he's putting on an offensive masterclass for this Ascension team, but right now we need to see his teammates rally around. The game's tied with 20 seconds left, but it's still very easily winnable by either team.
Yeah, and right now, Demon trying to put the nail in the coffin for this series before even it gets to game 3, because I mean, you gotta know, Ascension, these guys can get tilted if you steal another game off of them right here. As the last few seconds roll away, Merely trying to get one for the road to take this game 2. Cotney tries to kill it, it stays up, but it will eventually hit the ground again and send us to overtime here on Urban Central, trying to find a winner. It looks like a kickoff goal for Cotney. He's too fast, and the Raptors go up 2-0.
Yeah, a little bit of a missed kickoff here, I think, from Rockerman as he spins out right in front of the ball, and that's just a free goal for Raptors. And Raptors, they're going to take game 2, and now they're up 2-0, and we kind of need to look to Ascension to call that timeout now.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, apparently, Cotney and Rockerman 1v1 last Saturday, and it ended in a 1-1 tie because they didn't have time for the 3rd game. Right there was that kickoff, 1v1, who's better? And Rockerman kind of stumbles right in front of the ball, and Cotney, he takes the huge goal for his team. And it does look like the timeout is coming through for Ascension. They need to go back to the drawing board and figure things out before they are facing a match point for, 4 consecutive games. So we'll see how it goes as Ascension see if they can figure out something. Because I mean, they won what 4-0 in the quarterfinals, and the Raptors they're used to having to fight back in close series, but right now it's just looking too easy for them.
Yeah, it really is. You got all three players popping off right now, Cottony, Demon, and Ibonic. They're just going to town on this Ascension's roster, but both of these teams, one of them needs to pick up the defense because right now, neither of them are playing really great defense. So you got to shore up those rotations, make sure you get in your own corner boost, and you got to just avoid those demos because right now, that's what's killing Ascension is the demo attempts from Raptors. They resulted in 2 goals last game. That's 2 out of their 3 goals, and Ascension, they need to start playing around that.
Yeah, a lot of the goals that Ascension gives up just seems like, wait, where's the challenge? You just let him shoot it with a guy sitting flat-footed in net. You gotta put a hand up, get in front of it. But either way, Raptors they understand how to beat this team. They've done it before, and they are taking it to Ascension, the top team in Challenger right now, making all those people that predicted Raptors more so than Ascension, making them look pretty smart. But I did see Jaegers. He left the lobby, so it's a car change or something coming in. Try to get a different feel for this Ascension team. I don't know if it's time for Octane Jaegers. I know it's been Finnick Jaegers for a while, but we'll see what he does to try to change the mental because that to lose on a kickoff goal, that is painful. So definitely a mental reset much needed for Ascension as the timeout does drain away. We'll see what they came up with, how they're going to attack this Raptors defense and really avoid the goals that the Raptors are getting.
Yeah, the Raptors, they're making these very repeatable goals where they can continuously score these. They're making passing plays. They're opening up the net with demos, and right now, the goals from Ascension, they're just counterattacks where Raptors overcommit on something. And right now, Rockerman's
Oh.
getting a little bit of payback since last game and get a kickoff goal.
This is perfect. Rockerman versus Demon, and he just puts it right past Cottony, the cheat man, and that's a little bit of payback. It would have been better if it was Cottony on kickoff, but to see Cottony's face as the ball rolls right past him into the net, that's got to feel good for Ascension as the first goal comes through for the second straight game. Let's see if this time it ends up being the reason they win. 1-0 to start a game that has to feel good after dropping the last 2 games. Try to get some momentum, merely trying to get some pressure going. A miss comes through from Demon, but Cottony there to help out his teammate and clear it downfield. He has boost to work with. Doesn't fake out Jaegers with his miss right there. And kind of just a stalemate in the midfield for a second here. Demon, he has a shot opportunity, but merely gets in front of it. A crazy save from merely recognizing the danger at hand and makes quick work of that shot from Demon. And then merely will clear it off his own backboard again. You can see Jaegers just trying to dodge Cottony in the net, and it'll force a clear. And Diamond will take care of it. To the midfield, Rockman has that shot opportunity. Ibonic is put right behind him. And that is classic Ascension. Easy banging clear from Jaegers. And a slot from Rockerman.
A huge slot there. This is what you need if you're Ascension. You got 2 goals up, and you got a good goal to go with it. A goal that you can create time and time again. But now they're going to need to hold on to this lead or add to it. Really put these Raptors on the back foot and in the grave. So we gotta look to Ascension to continue what they're doing right now.
Yeah, one thing I'm happy about is the goals are not all merely right now, because so far it's been only merely trying to get it done, but Rockerman gets 2 of his own, and Ibonic finally, I don't know if he's scored yet, it feels like Ibonic's name has been quiet, but he will get a goal here for the Raptors.
Yeah, and this is really what you need if you're Raptors, a quick response within 30 seconds of the previous goal, and Ibonic, he's able to do that for his roster, and now this is really what it comes down to. Either Raptors are going to tie it up, or Ascension, they need to add on to this pressure that they had.
Trying to get mechanical, but merely, he's from the rival league. He is used to people going for resets every single time they have the ball. And right there, that was an easy read from merely. Had no boost to work with, was still in the right place, right time to shut up the mechanical genius that is Cottony. And right now, Ascension trying to add to their lead, but at what point do you just avoid counterattacks and shell up? Because I would really hate to see a pinch like that just go straight into their net. And merely and Jaeger is kind of in the same spot there. Means Demon has all the room in the world to work with, looking for the backboard. No, he goes for the fake, and he gets it past the goalie. And as I'm saying it, they kind of overcommit, and Demon makes him pay.
Yeah, Demon able to get up really well for this as he hits it with the bottom of his car. It just kind of sinks like a rock from there. And now Raptors, they tie it up. Only a minute and a half in this game is gone, but if you're Ascension, you feel like you've been playing forever, and the tides are just turning against them again.
Yeah, and after a timeout, you go up, 1 or 2 goals, and then now to be tied back up, that's got to sting. You're like, wait, all the changes that we just did, they seem to be working, and then now we're just tied back up again out of nowhere. So what I want to see them do is have one man play aggressive and the other two play safe, because right now it's a lot of two-man pushing forward, and that third man is just trying to make a save versus this really mechanical team in the Raptors, as Merely and Jaegers will combine forces to get this out of their net. And still dangerous as Jaegers tries to back pass the Rockerman, but it doesn't really work out the way they'd hope. A very dangerous situation, will not end up being a goal for the Raptors, as Jaegers clears this all the way downfield. Kind of been Jaegers' job so far in this series, is just get these clears and keep the pressure from mounting too much. Where the Raptors, Ibonic with a great read off the backboard, and another one to follow up. But Rockerman trying to keep this in. Ascension trying to do what they do best, and kind of play the G2 playstyle, just non-stop pressure until their opponent folds. Right now, Raptors doing a great job of holding strong. Merely looking for a pass to Jaegers. Jaegers wasn't ready in time. But that's what we love to see, Puggles. That is classic Ascension. Get each other involved and try to crack the armor.
And that's a good look from Ascension, but unfortunately, Jaegers, the moral or the story of this series so far is he just has no boost. As in the previous 2 games, he's been at 0 every time it's panned to him. And right there, another example of that. But if you're Ascension, you gotta see it as Demon goes up and over. Jaegers, I think he was out of boost once again.
He had to be. I mean, he picks up the 12 pad, so it makes you think he was just looking for anything he could find. But Demon, I mean, I knew it before it even happened. Demon is too mechanical in the air for a 1v1 situation like that. Jaegers did his best, but no boost. Means Demon makes quick work of it. And now Ascension backs against the ropes here in Game 3, down a goal. Can they tie it up and send us to overtime? Or Raptors bringing us to another game where it feels like Ascension had it going and they just fell apart late in the game. Right now, the pressure is still going for the Raptors. Cottony, no boost to work with, but same for Merely here. Is the boost starving? It's so good right now for the Raptors. Ascension is gasping for air, trying to find some way out of their half. It's non-stop shots, non-stop pressure. But right now, it is a goal that they need. It's not saves, and another shot comes through. It's just clinical for the Raptors, and Ascension, they don't know what to do.
Yeah, Ascension, this defense is not what I remember them seeing, as they're just all over the place. Jaegers, his camera's spinning in circles. I'm getting dizzy from watching it. And it's just, the ball's going around and around, and it just doesn't feel like Ascension can get out of their own half right now. As they throw players at it, but they either don't get a good enough clear, or they just miss the ball completely, and that's really not what you want to see.
Yeah, it's got to start with not letting yourself get on defense, because as you can see, once they get on defense, it's just too much. The Raptors, they're so aggressive. They send everybody at the ball, and it pays off for a 5th goal of Game 3. I mean, what do you do if you're Ascension here, Puggles? I mean, what's the game plan for Rockerman, the captain of this team for sure? I mean, what do you tell the guys as you're facing another match point added to the list when you go into Game 4?
You know, what I'm telling them is just to really just focus up here, really focus on this last minute here, make sure it's a good minute, and see and start to experiment with what works, because this game at this point, it's a lost cause. All right, you're really not getting by this Raptors midfield with 30 seconds remaining, so you really got to start to experiment, see what works against this team, and try and get something to go for you, because right now their offense, or Ascension offense, not looking great, and their defense is looking just as bad.
Yeah, and a 6th goal to come through, and this is very strange. I mean, what, Ascension 3 with the Raptors back in, I think, July, the end of July, so not too long ago, and it just looks like a complete flip of the script right here for the Raptors. They're looking for revenge, and I mean, at this rate, I don't know what Ascension can do, but it's the defense that is really being their downfall. They don't know how to handle the Raptors so far, as Cottony looking for another one to go, and oh my gosh, Ibonic is there. 7-2 the scoreline, just demoralizing the Ascension players.
Yes, Cottony able to blow it right onto Ibonic's hood, and Jaegers, he's just jumping for joy right there. There's really nothing you can do against that, and that's just a great play from Raptors, and right now you can tell that they're feeling it.
Yeah, if I'm Ascension, I'm just dribbling this ball out. Just stop making it worse, because this is painful. If you're an Ascension player, it's just non-stop goals coming through. You just want to go next and try to, you know, pull off the reverse sweep, but you can't even get to the next game without goals raining through. Cottony looking for another one. And, I mean, everybody getting involved with the goals for the Raptors, it is a full 3-man unit, and they're all putting in work as we do finally head to Game 4. No timeout at the expense for Ascension. They cannot take a timeout again. I mean, you just have to think of something quick in these last few seconds before you get to the next field, because this is pretty mental boom right now. I mean, you're getting pretty slaughtered, and you just got to get something. You got to at least take one game at a time and prove that you can hang in the series.
Yeah, you really got to go back to what worked with them in the first 30 seconds of that last game, and that was just unrelenting offense, just going at it the entire time. And as we're getting into this possibly last game, Game 4, you got to look to Ascension to try and get some of those booming clears, because when those go over the Raptors' head, it goes over the Raptors' head, and they really need to turn around and hurry back. So the clears are going to be big, and then just like that, the offense should be able to follow.
Yeah, the aggressive playstyle from the Raptors can be their downfall. If Ascension makes good work of it, but the whiffs are coming through, you can tell they're kind of tilted right now as Rockerman and Jaegers had a chance and they both couldn't make contact. Ibonic just being a pest to merely on the goal line. But this is kind of where we spent all of last game, on the Ascension defensive half. So hopefully they can break out and get some offense of their own. Cotney just takes the ball and is like, oh wait, I'm going to drive it downfield, there's nobody. And it almost works out, but Ascension back onto the Raptors half as Demon clears it out. Not much boost to work with as Rockman just takes control of it, pops it over to Merely. Merely pops it midfield, but nobody for Ascension there as both Rockman and Jaegers going back for boost. A minute gone by, nobody has scored yet. That does kind of feel like a small win for Ascension, considering how last game ended here, Puggles. I mean, to kind of keep it at 0-0 kind of keeps some hope in the tank.
Yeah, it really does, but you got to see them out of their defensive half, because as we've seen, it's just a matter of time until this Ascension defense is going to crumble against this Raptors offense. And Raptors, they're looking a little more relaxed on the offense here, not as much intensity as the go from the last series or from the last few games, but it's still really managing to put Ascension on the back foot as Condi is going to get a huge goal from his own end.
I mean, poor Jaegers just racing back, trying to make it happen. Him and Merely both did not expect the bang to come through, and I mean, just to add insult to injury, the demo coming through. I mean, this is painful for Ascension. It seems like their playstyle is just not working like it used to, and they're trying something different just to play more like two-man back right there, and they still both got caught out. So we'll see what they can do here. 3.5 minutes left to go. There's plenty of time. There's still a bit of hope that the #1 team in Challenger can prove to be the best team, but right now Raptors looking solid. Cotney, full boost, trying to dunk out Merely. Probably should have just stayed on the back or the sidewall a little bit longer, but it will still work out for now. But Merely trying to get a goal, but so far Ascension just cannot crack the net of the Raptors. Ibonic has boost to stay with this ball a little while longer, and some pressure finally for Ascension. Demon tries to get it past Merely, but Merely will not allow it. Cotney, kind of an awkward touch, but it will still work out for him as he gets the reset over Rockman's head. Rockman trying to get a bump or something, trying to find some gap in the defense right now. But the Raptors, they're looking good as Rockman does finally get that demo, but maybe a shot can come through here. Net kind of open. Cotney can't flick it over, and Jaegers gets the demo. Ibonic keeping it in. And Puggles, it's just nothing but the same thing over and over. Looks like Ascension finally finds some offense, and then a booming clear comes through.
Yeah, it seems like Raptors is implementing what I told Ascension to do, is when you get on that defensive half, you just gotta get over their heads, because Ascension, they're falling victim to the same problems. Get a goal for him, and this is the first time that he's been on the goal or scoreboard, and he's finally making it work.
I mean, he just bodies Cotney right there, and Demon almost with a crazy pinch save, but it will just go right into the net. And that has to be some momentum for Ascension. Jaegers getting on the scoreboard, as you said, his first goal of the series. Hopefully breathe some life into the Ascension comms and give them some confidence. Another double commit comes through, and off the crossbar is the shot from Cotney. He's so good on offense, and that one just unlucky, didn't find the back of the net. This little bang goes right to Merely. Merely gets it past two. Kind of an open net here. Cotney is awkward, but no shot comes through. Kind of a missed opportunity there for Ascension, but they're playing so much safer than they're used to that nobody was willing to go for that shot. Jaegers throws it towards Ibonic. Ibonic is awkward, and Cotney will kind of help him out there. And Ascension holding strong, but Cotney, he keeps assaulting their half. Every time it's Cotney with possession, it feels like a dangerous shot comes through. And Ibonic trying to take it to the air, gets the reset, tries to get it past Merely, but Merely, he is not allowing any of these flip reset plays to work out so far.
Yeah, merely he's really been the lockdown player on this Ascension's roster, as he's been really good at defense. He's been really solid on offense, but we're gonna have to see if he has a little bit more magic in the juice, or a little bit more magic in the tank, or if his teammates are gonna need to step up. As Jaeger's off the backboard looking for a huge save, and that could have done it right there for Ascension, but they need to get another chance before Raptors score.
Yeah, and it feels like every time these demos come through, the ball's just being cleared downfield, and now Ibonic right there just waiting for the ball to come to him. Doesn't feel pressured to rush anything, so even when a demo comes through, it's not too meaningful. So I want to see some demos on a third man while Ascension's actually on the Raptors' half of the field. This is Rockerman trying to get this out of the corner, but Demon is there to meet him. Jaeger's kind of awkward in the corner, but he will hop in front of Demon's clear. Or Demon's attack, I should say. Ibonic off the sidewall, and Cotney is there to keep it in. And Jaegers does beat out Demon, but Demon kind of just fake challenges and plays it safe. Can Rockerman or Jaegers get the game-deciding goal? Are we going to overtime again? Cotney clears it downfield. We're going the wrong way for Ascension. I think we will just be overtime unless Demon has something to say about it off the backboard. Jaegers, he is so solid on backboard defense, and we'll do it again. But Cotney, he puts it to the Ibonic. He's going to win it for the Raptors, and that is a 4-0 sweep for the Raptors as time expires.
A huge goal here from Ibonic, able to read the double. Nobody from Ascension willing to go up in time. But if you're Ascension, it's a feel bad moment, as all of them out of boost, out of position, and unfortunately out of time, as their season's going to come to a close. Another top seed upset here as Raptors, they're going to move on to the grand finals.
Yeah, that is a heartbreaker for Ascension. These guys, I mean, you're not wrong in saying these guys are probably the most confident team in Charlie heading into this match. Like, they expected a championship to come through. I mean, Raptors, just their kryptonite this time, as they've swept them before, but this time Raptors got the revenge in the match that mattered, and that is a painful loss, as they do take it in a perfect 4 games. So far, Blizzard and Raptors taking down the top dogs in their league, both in 4 games. So I don't know what's in the air tonight, Puggles, but hopefully going to our next match, I believe is Hydra and the Rival, we can get a long series, because right now we're getting robbed of some content by these 1 seeds.
Yeah, these 1 seeds, they're not holding up to their 1 seed moniker, as we see once again another team goes down a little bit too early than what we thought. But congrats to Raptors, they played really well. They were able to suffocate Ascension, and Ascension, they had no answer for it in the end of the day. So, we got to look to maybe next season seeing those 3 players getting their chip, and possibly even, getting their chip and winning it all.
Yeah, and we are going to speak with a victor from that last match. We're going to have Cotney join for an interview. So there he is. Cotney, how are you feeling after that clean sweep?
Great. I did not think you were gonna sweep. We were all like really bumped, especially at the end when we got that 0-second goal.
Yeah. I mean, you're a former champion, so I have to imagine you had some confidence. So, I mean, how are you feeling going into grand finals now?
I feel like we should have it, but we might have some availability issues. So I'm just worried about that. But I think we should take it if we have our starting roster there. I'm like 70% positive we win.
Yeah, so after taking that series, you have Motion and Bishop. Which one do you want to play here in the finals?
It depends on the roster we're running. If I wanted to play more fast team, I'd play Motion. If I wanted to play like a more teamwork kind of team, I'd play Bishops. I think I'd want to go with Bishops, just because I like a little afraid of fast play style, and Motion's be really hard to win. Bishops still be hard, but I feel like if we just outpace them, I think we have it.
And I mean, both Motion and Bishop swept in quarters. So we'll see how they do heading to the semis against each other. But Cotney, it was a pleasure to watch y'all dominate Ascension. So good luck to you in the finals. We'll see how it goes. And I do believe that'll do it for our second match, as we will head over to the rival league for Hydra versus Arrival. And I cannot wait to get into this match. Puggles, thank you for casting alongside me. And everybody, don't go anywhere, because I promise you, the banger series, they're coming.
I can feel this tide choke my neck and I just wonder why I'm buried in a suit I'd never buy, a suit I'd never buy. Cufflinks on my wrist, I can't act surprised when the shovels hit dirt in the earth. Did they start to cry?
let you go, can't let you go now. Making it so hard. You got to know now. Ooh, taking it too far. Nothing to hold now. I'm falling apart. Out in the cold now. Breathing underwater. Breathing underwater now. I can't let go. Underwater. Underwater.
Started to fall, and where were you? How could I know you were falling too? Grabbing the wind
All right, what is going on, everybody? We are back here for our third semifinal matchup of the night as we are heading to the Rival League for Hydra versus Arrival. I'm Rockerman, finally back in the booth, still dealing with a little bit of COVID, so if I sound a little bit under the weather, apologies. I'll do my best here, but we're here for a good one, and I am here joined by my teammate, Murley freaking Mental. How you doing, Murley?
You know, I'm not doing too bad. Had a bit of a tough series earlier, but you know, things happen. Can't win them all. And I'm excited to see yet another Evolution org member in Arrival playing off here. A very one-sided matchup in the prediction side of things. Definitely an underdog story here, but we've got Hydra at the number 1 seed going up against, as I've already said, Arrival. Should be an interesting game.
Yeah, it really should be here as these two teams, they kind of took some different routes here, Mira. I mean, we have Hydra. They got pushed to Game 7 by Whiteout, the 8th seed, who made a run through the play-in tournament. And then Arrival, on the other hand, they went down 0-2 to the Knights, and then Arrival in 4. They won 4 straight games to make it to the semifinals. So two teams, maybe people didn't expect Arrival to be here. Maybe people expected Hydra to be here, but they're kind of coming in on, I feel like, opposing ways to get into this match.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was casting that last Arrival series, and well, I casted the Hydra game as well. But Arrival in Game 3, actually, I should say, they were down 0-2, and it really looked like their season was about to be over. They were down 2 goals, and all the odds were stacked against them, but they managed to persevere. Luis especially absolutely popping off in that game, and the rest of the series, all 3 members of Arrival came together and were able to win 4 straight games. And that was a beautiful performance by them, but they're going to need a repeat, and they might have to peak even harder here, going up against this 17-1 Hydra team, who did look a little bit suspect against Whiteout, but Whiteout was one of the teams that seemed to have their number, the only team that was able to beat them, sweeping them earlier on in the regular season. So this is definitely an uphill battle for Arrival, but if we can see them pull out that same ice that they had in the last series they played, then this should be a good series.
Yeah, it should be, and yeah, we saw Hydra perform well with Biscuit, Teshega, Mayo in their series to clutch up in that Game 7. So merely, I'm going to quickly throw it to you as we got the guys all in the lobby, all ready to go. Who you got in this one? You got Hydra, the 1 seed, making it to the grand finals, or does Arrival continue to surprise everyone and take this one?
You know, I think Arrival will surprise a lot of people with their performance, but I can't predict them to win. I have to give it to Hydra 4-2. I think they're the stronger team overall, and Arrival might be able to surprise us. They have upset potential, but it's going to be a very difficult task. Already off the gate, actually. You know what? Let me not go back, but they're showing me up already.
Oh my goodness! Right off the kickoff, Foam, just a monster in the midfield. He puts it in the back of the net, and well, that is one way to start off the series. Merely, I would also be, kind of in your boat here. I don't really know what to expect from Arrival in this one. They looked a little bit sketchy in their first series, and I mean that is exactly the ideal way to start off a best of 7 against the best team, 17-1 in the regular season.
That is a good sign for them, especially since the last series they played, they did come out extremely slow. This time they are the ones to strike first, and it's going to be important for them. As we know, however, Hydra almost got a comeback potential, so they can have swings as well. It's still left to see whether they will perform to their standard.
We'll have to see as Foam is passing that one, and that ball almost going to get double tapped into the net. But Arrival fortunate that one was not on target, as here goes Mayo looking for a flip reset. He doesn't quite have it. Oh, he's trying to pinch it through. But Luis, a brick wall there on the side, and we didn't get to talk too much about these rosters. I mentioned Hydra here. They're rocking in the purples tonight. The Mayo Leche, otherwise known as Teshega. Don't know why he changed the name to Leche, but he's called Leche now. And then we got Seabiscuit over there, and then on the other side we have Foam, Luis, and the Chipmunk Man. And Mary, I'm curious to know who you're watching out for in this one. Is there a star player on either of these two teams that everyone in the audience should be looking out for?
Well, right off the bat, I'll just say it's Leche. I think my relatives might slap you in the face if they heard you say Leche. But he is someone I'm definitely looking to on the side of the things for Hydra.
all three members of the Hydra roster, when they're working in sync, Mayo, another top rival player, and Biscuit usually playing third man, but when you give him the ball, when you give him the shots, he can absolutely pop off, and he has great placement. On the other side of things, I'm really going to be looking to Luis once again to try and step forward to lead the charge in the upset against Hydra. He was the one who managed to pop off. Another great save from Chipmunk there, and so far, Arrival holding on to their 1-goal advantage here.
Yeah, they are going to hold on to it, and Hydra, they are put a little pressure on, though. And as we've seen so many times in the playoffs, it is so crucial to get this first game, and the first goal is this one out of the midfield. But Foam is going to make a stop on the goal line as Hydra really trying to put some pressure on. This one, bang down Foam. Going to pop it in off the backboard. Mayo, he's going to find a touch out. Biscuit is there. Shega, he's trying to chase this one down. This one up in the ceiling, looking for this ball floating in midfield, but no one from Rival is going to challenge. And Mayo, he's going to find the back of the net to tie things up.
They've had a lot of pressure so far. It does finally result Arrival cracking. Luis just couldn't get up to intercept fast enough, and you got to be fast against these guys. If they get their plays going off the ceiling, a brilliant pass, a fantastic finish. Now, the tie game, it's anyone's.
Yeah, Hydra able to bounce back here after that kickoff goal to start the game. Now it's Arrival looking to answer back. This one shot towards net. Foam puts it on. A follow-up from Chipmunk, man. He puts it home. Arrival back on top, 2-1.
And they will answer back immediately. Arrival, you know, they might be severe underdogs, but they're not looking like it right now. A little bit of a miscommunication there, I will say, on Hydra's goal line. That one was very preventable, but Chipmunk in the appropriate place and manages to slam that one home.
Chipmunk, man, you know, for me, merely, if there's a guy that's kind of like an X factor I'm looking for on both these teams, my one from Rival would definitely be Chipmunk, man. He popped off really well in that last series, you know, alongside Luis. I remember watching that one. So Chipmunk, man, would be definitely a guy to watch out for. And I'm curious to see what Biscuit's gonna pull off. Wait a minute, here comes Foam, putting it in. Hold that thought. It's 3-1 Arrival.
All of a sudden, Arrival gaining even more momentum. Foam putting in his second of the game, and Arrival taking control. Hydra defensively just looking a bit shooken right now. I don't know if shooken's actually a word, but they don't look as coordinated as they usually do. They're making some uncharacteristic mistakes, and Arrival is taking advantage of every single one.
Was this one Luis going to bring it back? But yeah, you're exactly right. And this is what we saw in that Hydra series when they were playing Whiteout in Game 1. They just did not look as ideal as, you know, their gameplay can show everyone. And that can be dangerous for them. As that other one here, Luis sent this one towards the net, looking for a shot. Chipmunk, man, almost puts it home, but a nice save on the goal line keeps it out. But Hydra, they can be prone to that slow start. As wait a minute, here comes Luis looking for a shot on net. Mayo waiting on that right corner to get that ball away. This one a little bit awkward. Chipmunk trying to keep with it, just floating. Biscuit to the midfield, looking to Shega, but not quite going to make it happen. As we're down now, merely to the final 60 seconds. Hydra's going to have to try to find 2 here.
They might have to find 3. Is this one Mayo barely able to get back to, but Arrival has come to play, and they look really good right now. And not that I'm necessarily surprised by that, but it looks like they found the form that they need. Really working together well, getting passes to each other, generating pressure well. And even though it is mostly on Hydra making some critical mistakes, they are playing a solid game, and that's all they really have to do right now. If they can keep this up, then this will definitely be a closer series than a lot of people might have thought.
Yeah, in the final 20 seconds now in game number 1, Arrival looking for one more. Luis puts it in, and that is probably the dagger here. Arrival is coming to play here in this semifinal matchup.
And there's a statement. I mean, Mayo just nowhere close to hitting this ball. I mean, the game is pretty much out of reach at this point, so I don't think they'll be too concerned letting that one go in. But it's very clear that Arrival is feeling good. If they can carry this momentum, then, well, we might have a flip of the script on our hands.
Yeah, we may. As the final 10 seconds now of game number 1. Hydra looking to get something on the board. Mayo pops it up. Chipmunk is going to try to read that off the backboard. Looking for one more for the road. Not that it's going to matter here, as game 1 is going to go to Arrival as this ball touches the ground. And surprising, it wasn't, you know, it was close for a time being merely, but Arrival comes out and they win this game in pretty handy fashion. I mean, 4-1, that's solid to start.
What's most impressive to me is, I mean, Hydra had 11 shots. It's not like they weren't generating pressure. It's not like they were stuck in their half the entire time. They had a lot of opportunities on Arrival's side, but at the same time, almost every opportunity that they got was shut down by Arrival. And they are doing a phenomenal job of shutting down that Hydra offense. If they can continue to do that, then things are looking good. On the other side of things, Hydra, it seems, they don't look bad right now, but they need to clean up on these little mistakes, especially that they're making on defense. Their offense, they have enough pressure to be able to generate goals, but if you keep conceding like this, you're not going to be able to regain.
Yeah, it could be tough here, especially if you start getting in your own head. And it looked like the difference in that game is 11-10, the shot total. Oh my goodness, what a dunk! The Chipmunk man out of nowhere, and he is stunned that he hit that one.
The Chipmunk dunk, 150 with the flip reset off of it into the second 50. I mean, you could call that calculated, but either way, what an impressive goal from Chipmunk here. Managing to use a little bit of fortune to his advantage, but also just make some fantastic touches, and Arrival starting the game off where they left off, up on the lead.
Yeah, and that is a huge start in this game too. And really, I didn't want to get too ahead of myself. We get a long series, and 2 matches aren't necessarily the biggest sample size, but 2 1 seeds have gone down in sweeps already on the day, with Krakens, the stunner against Blizzard, and then Arrival or Ascension, our team, going down in that one. As this one, wait a minute, Late J's gonna bring it back, and maybe you gotta hold that thought. It's just something to think about there.
Yeah, I think it might be a little bit early in the series to be thinking that, as Hydra, still such a crushing offense when they get going. The possibilities are endless for them. They will tie the game up immediately, but still, Arrival very heavily in this one. Chipmunk gonna send it downfield, and really, they just look good right now. It's on Hydra to step up and try to be the better team.
Yeah, it is Hydra. They've been the best team all season long. A 17-1 record. They avenged their loss. Their only loss in the regular season against Whiteout in that first round. As, oh my goodness, Chipmunk man with the read there. And the follow-up from Luis. He puts it in, and barely, what is this Arrival team? I've never seen them play this well to start a series before.
I mean, a lot of it is on Chipmunk as well. Chipmunk is playing fantastically right now. I mean, the man only has like 11 hours in the past 2 weeks, but I guess he doesn't even need the playtime. He's coming out with the plays, making the defense uncomfortable, and already 2 goals resulting because of it, and Arrival taking another commanding lead.
Yeah, they are back out in front here. Still a short time into this game number 2. This best of 7 is this one. He's 50 back toward net foam. Gonna help his team out, getting that one sent to the corner. Luis diving in. And this one sent across. Biscuit trying to stop it, but Foam might have an opportunity. Could look to take to the air as bump attempts coming through. But it's just gonna end up as a 50 to the corner. As now Hydra looking to make it back. As this one sent towards the net, but Luis should be able to get back in time, but only sends it right to Biscuit, who can't connect on that one. A bit of a mistouch, uncharacteristic from him. Usually he's so solid on those touches, but not that time. There's this one floating back in. Biscuit gonna look for a touch. Mayo banging it out. This one out in the midfield. Luis finds a dunk towards the net, and a bump attempt almost comes through, but Biscuit just able to avoid it and get the clear. And Arrival still holding on to this 1-goal lead, looking to possibly add to it. Hydra defense holding on strong so far.
So far, but still, they haven't really been able to get into the same positions of pressure, and Chipmunk gonna take another shot. He is relentless with the shooting right now. Biscuit forced to make another crucial touch, but the shots don't stop coming from Arrival. And eventually, it seems like they're going to break through once again. They've been able to take complete control of this game, too, and they do not look like they are going to be stopping.
Yeah, they do not want to let up at all here. It's Foam. He sent it down towards net. Biscuit is going to make a touch, and now he's trying to take to the areas. He's bumped off. Luis rolling it back to his corner. So he's trying to take this one on. Mayo waiting on the wall. Luis going to get it by 1. But Tashega able to get that touch. He's looking for another one off the backboard. Can he find the follow? Chipmunk, a huge save on the goal line, but Mayo looking to make something happen. Not quite here. So down to the final 2 minutes. Foam taking in the air here. What does he got in store? This one going to the backboard, but Mayo, he clears it away. As Hydra still looking for that tying goal. This is game number 2. It's the best of 7 here. The winner is going to go to the grand finals for the Rival League. The opponent to be determined later tonight as Blaze takes on Distortion at 11. But in this one, now down to minute 30. A fake under one, gonna try to 50, but it's cut off, and Hydra really, they gotta look for something here merely. It's just the offense isn't quite there, only 5 shots, and they're just missing balls like that out of nowhere that you don't really see them miss.
And I can't believe I'm saying this, but right now Hydra just looks outclassed. I mean, they're not playing badly, but Arrival is just playing better. They're getting the better chances. Hydra, I'm not sure if it's nerves or exactly what's going on their side of things, but they need to step it up because this Arrival roster might not be as easy of a series as potentially they thought, thinking that maybe the Night series was just a fluke, but right now it seems like it was not. Arrival just maintaining pressure, making smart plays, breaking through, and they are continuing to. Luis on the touch will get it through, and they break through once again. Luis, the man, scores a third.
Oh my goodness, and Mayo just caught out. He didn't think Luis had that one more touch, but he did, and Luis is trying to will his team here to a Grand Finals appearance, and I mean, they just really, I think you're exactly right, they just look better right now. I don't know what I'm seeing from Hydra, a lot of mistakes, and Arrival, a lot less of them, as they have a 3-1 lead here in Game 2. They just got to hold on for the last 30 seconds, and they'll be up 2-0 on the 17-1 Hydra. This ball to the backboard. Final 30 second now. Does Hydra have something here? Do they have an answer? Foam's going to shut it down. Look to take it out. Looking to waste the time away as he sends it all the way back. Biscuit, awkward there, has to race towards. Not quite able to is Luis. Looking for a 50. Chipmunk in the midfield. He's just going to waste a lot of time looking for a 50. And Luis always trying to get the ball, but the final seconds ticking away here. And Hydra, they need 2 in rapid succession. This one is going to go on target. Biscuit puts it in. And some hope there with 4 seconds left for Hydra.
There will be a little bit of hope. Arrival getting a bit careless in the closing seconds. Luis just barely missing that touch. In 4 seconds. Okay, it is possible here. Highly unlikely, but possible we see a Hydra comeback.
And they do it. Do they have something special in this kickoff? Foam trying to kill it. This ball dangerous. Mayo, he's got the muscle, but he doesn't have the air on the ball. And Arrival come out with 2 straight wins to kick off the series. And really, if I know these Arrival boys, they are full in on this Arrival inform mentality. They've been spamming the Discord forever, and you've got to think that it's in their heads right now. It could be in Hydra's heads right now.
You know, the Arrival in 4 for the most part, it seemed like a bit of a meme as we were expecting at least a close series here. But right now they are running away with things. Arrival in complete control, and I mean Hydra, they kind of just need to get their act together a little bit. They look a little bit lost, especially Mayo there, not to call him out, but not really doing too much on the scoreboard. And both him and, Leche, I guess I was going to say Teshega, both him and Teshega are usually so obviously present. They're winning aerial battles, they're getting the beats to the ball, they're scoring double taps, or they're at least generating realistic chances, but there hasn't really been that much of it. Seabiscuit kind of playing his role fairly well, I'd say. And I think I need to see one of these 2 players. I'm especially looking at Mayo as I consider him one of the best in Rival, but I need them to step up and start regaining control of this midfield, regaining control of the series in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's strange to think, I know Biscuit is such a solid player, but, a lot of talk this season has been about how, he is that third man. I think he's comfortable playing the third man role, and, Mayo and Teshega have been so good on the offense, but in that game, Biscuit was over the board. He's almost had 600 score, made 4 saves, scored the goal for them. And I don't know, you just didn't see a lot from Mayo and Teshega in that one. And for me, if Hydra is to come back here, they need Mayo. They need peak Mayo to come out here, and they need Teshega to play well because, right now, to be honest, they're just not playing that good.
Yeah, and I'm struggling to say they're not playing that good, or if Arrival is actually just playing that well, because to be fair, Arrival looks spectacular. I mean, I've watched a lot of their series, I've seen them play before, and I've always seen they have these flashes of brilliance where they look like they are an incredible team, but right now, I mean, they are holding that flash of brilliance, and it has become a nuclear weapon. I mean, they are winning almost every challenge, making smart plays, getting 50s past. Every single player getting involved, in the equation, and they have figured out the formula so far. I am curious. Okay, so the timeout has ended. We had a little bit of antics in chat. We will be heading into game 3, and now this is an important one, obviously, for Hydra. You really don't want to go down 0-3, especially since it seems like their mental is a little bit crumbling right now.
Yeah, their mental might be shook. I mean, they took a tough Game 7 victory over Whiteout, and now to drop down 0-2, you got to use the timeout. You know, when you go down 0-2, you have to use the timeout pretty much. You can't let it go to 0-3, and you got to get the momentum back. And yeah, we're gonna have to see. Really, this is a must-win for Hydra, I'd say, as their mental could be shocked here if they're not able to pull this one out. And Arrival, if they can somehow sneak a win away here, I mean, that would be all timing. Is this one a dangerous ball? Foam just got to shoot it at net, but Mayo perfectly placed to save it away. As wait a minute, it's floating back, but that one Biscuit able to get there in time.
And at this point, I mean, I wouldn't even say they are necessarily sneaking wins. They're running out of Walmart with the 80-inch flat screen TV in their laps, and there's nothing security can do. I mean, they have looked like the better team so far, and if they can continue to perform, that's all they need to do. So far, Hydra not conceding yet. They have given up early goals in the first 2 games, which really did seem like it was a big factor in them not being able to come back effectively. But right now they're holding on and maybe even looking to push through. But Chipmunk will get the clear and sent right back. A lot of back and forth, a lot of tension to see who will break ahead in this game 1. As hold on a minute, that one's just going to fly in, and Leche comes through with the goal for Hydra.
Yeah, there's a huge demo. Chipmunk Man caught up too far there, and Luis and Foam just both diving for the same ball, and the huge demo opens up a huge shooting lane, and Hydra, they are back in this one. And is this the first lead? At least their first lead since game 1, I think.
It's definitely their first time scoring first. I know in the last 2 games, it was Arrival taking control early, but that hold up, they might be able to get another one just barely on the goal line, able to be staved off. Arrival stays alive, not wanting to go down 2. Very crucial. But, I mean, one thing is for certain, and that is that once Arrival has had these leads, they have not really been giving them up. I think you are correct, Dan. It's their first lead. They tied the game in game 1, but never managed to come to an advantage, and that's really what Hydra is searching for now, just any kind of advantage.
Yeah, they just need to get something here, and they've got the 1-goal lead. For them, you'd like to see them add to it, keep it going for them, get some momentum back in their favor, as this is a win that they need in this series. Mayo taking up to the wall here, sending it down. Biscuit looking for the redirect, but Chipmunk shuts it down. Here comes Leche, but that one not quite going to happen. As Leche again just harassing on the ball. Chipmunk and Luis both awkward in the corner. They're going to find a 50 off to the side. It's Luis trying to get out to this one. Here comes Biscuit looking for another touch, but Foam, he's able to deny it away as we're approaching the halfway point. Hydra just holding on to this 1-goal lead, and they are pressing a little bit merely, but nothing coming to fruition quite yet.
And they've seemed to regain the same pressure that they had in game 1 as this one goes off the backboard. No follow-up shot ready. But Arrival has now been holding on since giving up that 1 goal, holding on very nicely against the Hydra offense. Still, if they can maintain this pressure, then this game should be theirs. Their game to lose, but Arrival is not going to stop pressing this issue.
No, they are not, as they're in the Hydra zone right now. Leche going to get a touch. Chipmunk diving in, looking to try to pinch it below the Biscuit. A nice 50 by him. Foam in the corner here, trying to get it out, but this one's sent all the way down. Biscuit just has to tap it on net, and that is easy pickings for Biscuit as he gives them the 2-0 lead.
The timeout buff is showing now, up 2-0. Hydra has had absolute control in this game number 3. Seems like they have figured out their defense. They haven't given Arrival really, I'd say they gave them that one opportunity that almost got away from them, but even then they were able to get back. And if they figured out the defense, then things might get a little bit shaky for Arrival here. Now down 2, they need to push back if they really want that ultimate three game advantage.
Boom, looking to make something happen here, trying to go under. This ball just drops down, it's floating, and Luis puts it in, and Arrival, they are right back at it.
And there it is, Arrival, never out of it seems. Foam getting the fake, looked for the 50, but the defense actually just misreading the play entirely. Ball set up perfectly for the Luis on the goal line, and Arrival bring us within 1.
Arrival, they're right back in it. All they need is 1 goal here. Biscuit, a backflip. Chipmunk has an opportunity. High off the backboard. Is there a follow? No, not quite. Lecce gonna clear it away. It's now Arrival, all the time in the world here to bring it back. Can they do it? Or will Hydra be able to hold strong and keep this lead and win this game 3? This ball in the midfield. Luis is going to take it by him. Luis, the one-man wrecking crew.
And it's Luis again. This is the man. You do not want to go up against him in game 3. He gets it past 2 defenders. Biscuit just not quite able to get the touch. And all of a sudden, we thought Arrival might have been losing control, but they gain it right back, and now they have the momentum.
They really do have the momentum now after that. But wait a minute, Hydra's coming right back looking for the shot, but they can't find it. As we're under a minute remaining in game 3, Hydra called their tactical timeout right before this game. Is Biscuit an uncharacteristic miss? As this one sent towards midfield, this ball, a huge demo from Luis. Try to open things up. This ball flying high. Biscuit, he doesn't have the boost to get to it. Here comes Chipmunk, but he can't quite finish it off. But wait a minute, here comes little Foam again, but he can't put it in. As he's going to find a demo. Can they put some pressure on? They sure can. Merely 30 seconds remaining. Arrival, they're really trying, but wait a minute, here comes Mayo. Looking for the double tap, he can't find it. The follow is not going to go for Hydra. They're trying so hard. Both these teams back and forth.
And I don't know exactly what that decision making was. I mean, the net was completely open. He didn't have to go for a double touch. I think if he just shoots it there, they score. Hydra had a chance to capitalize, but now there's only 4 seconds left. Chipmunk tries to get the clear out, getting it across. Biscuit has to make a solid clear. He does. This one going over to Lecce, but Mayo intercepts. Lecce had the shot. Once again, miscommunication, and now we're in overtime.
Overtime we go into game 3. Hydra, they have got to be concerned right here. You know, I know when we called our tactical timeout and things weren't looking well in game 3, you start to get a little bit nervous. And Hydra, they have to fight those nerves. They have to hold on here, and they have to put one in the back of that. This one's popped up high. Have an opportunity, but Luis and can't quite connect as this ball popped up out in the midfield. Chipmunk trying to race for it, but Biscuit sends it back. It's all on Luis to make this touch. He does with the little boost he has. As Biscuit trying to keep it in. Mayo, he can't connect. This ball sent off to the side. Lecce up in the air. What can they do? This ball dropping down, but 50'd out again. It's Foam now, looking to take to the air, try to flip it by, gets it by 1. Is this one in the Hydra zone? And oh my goodness, merely Hydra seems so awkward on a couple of these balls. That one for sure you thought there'd be a clear, but just no clear. A couple awkward follow-ups, a couple misses, and it's allowing Arrival to get the pressure back.
And they just seem a little bit nervous. I mean, everything is a bit off. The shots not really hitting their usual marks. They're not making the correct decisions on offense. Defensively, even looking a bit shaky. And right now, Arrival pressing the issue, trying to get this overtime win. If they could, it would be huge. But a miscommunication from Arrival, and they are staving on the pressure, but will it be enough?
Will it be enough? Here comes Luis, trying to set up for Foam, but Lecce, great patience on the goal line. Is that one that could have been deadly? Seabiscuit awkward. Here comes Luis for the dagger. He puts it in the Hattie for Luis, and Arrival is up 3-0.
It's game 3, Luis. He is not letting Hydra have anything. And I'll be a little bit honest. Hydra there, that should have been a save. It was an own goal in the end off the touch, but the shot placed awkwardly and Hydra couldn't deal with it. And now, I can't believe it, but Arrival is up 3-0. Hydra all out of timeouts, and they are in a reverse sweep position. They have to win 4 in a row.
Wow. I cannot believe what I'm witnessing, merely. This is unreal right now as Arrival. They are 1 win away from Arrival in 4. Who would have thought this would be possible? This one, the number 1 seed, and Hydra. I mean, the mental is just gotta be shot right now. I mean, what can you even do here down 3-0? And you gotta pull off the reverse sweep.
Yeah, reverse sweep. I wonder what it feels like to be in a position where you have to reverse sweep in the semifinals. I hope I'm never in that position.
Me neither.
Either way, so far, 2 times today, when a team was in a reverse sweep position, both teams crumbled and weren't even able to take a game. It looks like it is the day of the lower seed. If Arrival can just get one more game, then they are headed to the grand finals. One more game is all they need, and Hydra, they just have to calm down a little bit. It seems like they're a bit antsy, they're rushing their shots, they're miscommunicating, but if they can pull it together, I mean, they can get at least this game, and if you can get this game, then maybe you can get the next.
Yeah, you've really got to take it that one game at a time mentality, as this is the season for Hydra. 17-1, it doesn't mean a thing without the ring, and now they've got to perform here in game number 4. Can they do it, or will it be Arrival in 4? That could be one of the craziest storylines I've ever seen. And merely got to bring it back. I know I jumped on maybe a little bit too early, but now it's a distinct possibility. We've seen 2 1 seeds get swept today, and Hydra might be the third. Oh my goodness, Luis is trying to put that one on target, but Mayo clutch on the defensive end, and Hydra got to be scared. The script is going crazy right now, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it as a possibility. I thought that was a bit premature, but now we are looking at the possibility. That's not a good touch, though. Foam almost making a little bit of a misplay there, but Arrival still survives, and now they get one more game. They are in a sweet position. Hydra, I mean, like you said, the mental has to be much shaken up now. They are in a tough position. We just have to see how they will try to regain.
You really just got to regain. You have to reset your mental. You tried the timeout, it didn't work. You lost the game in a close one in overtime. But, they've had their opportunities. They've had shots. It's just they're making some small mistakes on the defensive end, and they've got to cut them out here if they're going to want to beat this Arrival squad and start the long road to a reverse sweep. This one's sent up. Foam trying to find a touch. This game's still 0-0. Chipmunk can't connect. Mayo can send it towards net. Luis can't get back, and Mayo catches Arrival off guard. And Hydra strike first.
They will get the first goal in 2 consecutive games. This time it's miscommunication on the side of Arrival. Chipmunk trying to leave that ball for Luis, but Luis expected the touch from Chipmunk to come out. Defensive misplay, and it is possible that Arrival now, also a little bit nervous that they are about to potentially sweep the 1 seeds as Biscuit backflips on the goal line. Chipmunk gonna put it in, and another goal, another equalizer for Arrival.
Oh my goodness, Chipmunk just takes all the way and just a backflip. Biscuit just backflips, and Chipmunk, he capitalizes on it. And wow, this game really is unreal. This unrelented, Hydra, they can have this great season, but just little mistakes and Arrival, just picking them apart really. And now 1-1 ball game here in game 4. They're right back in it, and they are the ones pressing, looking for the sweep.
This might be the weirdest day of scripts that you've ever written, Rockerman. We are witnessing something that might not have a place in the history books, but definitely will be remembered by everyone if Arrival is able to pull this off, as they're looking for another opportunity. Right now they have a read on Hydra, not looking to give it up at all, and Hydra has been able to fight back. They've been able to score goals. They've been able to keep themselves in games, but they just haven't been able to get that edge. They haven't been able to make it to where they can be the ones putting it in. That's another opportunity. Lecce going to go for the dunk here. Almost gets a double touch. Another shot opportunity going off the post, and that one will be good. All of a sudden, the Hydra offense is too much, and they will take another advantage.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, where is some sustained offense from Hydra? As Mayo, he's going to find a double tap, and they were able to slot that one in the back of the net. And we haven't really seen too much of the sustained offense. Only 3 shots for Hydra in this one, all from Mayo, but he's got the 2 goals. We asked him to step up, and here comes Luis Lecce with a great save on the goal line, as that one could have been another one to Luis's tally, as Mayo is sending this one back. So we're down to the final 2 minutes, and Hydra holding on to this lead. Arrival now got to be the ones to try to bring it back.
And 2 minutes left is plenty of time. Still plenty of time for Arrival to try and regain, but Hydra finally finding themselves in the driver's seat once again. Mayo sending this one off the backboard. Another shot, but Foam blocks it out nicely. And if the offense can continue to perform as it has been, Arrival might be in danger of getting another one here. But so far, this is Hydra's game to lose.
It really is, as 2 Hydra defenders commit on that one. Luis Gonna try to take it up. He's sending it towards the net. It's off the backboard. Here comes Foam. He puts it in. Luis to Foam connection. Ties us up yet again.
And they cannot be put to rest every time that Hydra gets one. Arrival has the response. A beautiful play off the post. Foam ready for the follow-up, and he puts it in. Hydra, try as they might, just cannot keep their head above water.
They really can't, and Arrival doing everything they can to get the mantra. Arrival in 4 as Foam puts it in. They are up again, 3-2.
And now they put in another one. Arrival taking the advantage once again. The defense can't get a read on their offense. Hydra just unable to clear the ball, unable to get these important defensive touches. And meanwhile, Arrival just not missing a single opportunity. Now barely over a minute left, and they can be sweeping the number 1 seed here.
They could do it. They could put it all to rest here. They can do what they set out to do. Arrival in 4. You wouldn't have thought it'd be 4 straight games and a sweep over the 1 seed, but Hydra, they're not done yet. It's Chipmunk. Just barely blocks that one away. Here comes Mayo looking for the pancake, dropping it down the biscuit for the shot. He puts it in. They are not dead yet, folks, as they tie it up at 3.
And they are fighting as hard as they can. A battle of offenses right now. Mayo with the nice pass off. Chipmunk got a crucial save there to keep it from going in a few seconds sooner, but with that much pressure, Hydra is going to eventually capitalize, and another tie game on our hands. Hydra doing everything they can to avoid getting swept.
They're doing the best, and you love to see it. Hydra, they're really battling here, and that's what you need to do with your season on the line here. You gotta battle. You gotta win this game one at a time. But now as the final 40 seconds are coming through, it may just be next goal wins. As this ball popped up, Chipmunk man trying to get to it. Lecce gonna pinch it down. Here comes Luis. He's got 47 boost. Trying to take it up, send it towards the net. Here comes Biscuit. Has to make the save, and he does. Off to the side. As this ball in the midfield, Foam finds a touch. It pops up high. Dangerous ball, but Lecce, he's gonna find the connection. As this ball pops up, Luis trying to take control, looking for a 50. As the time ticking away, this ball pops up. Foam trying to get out to a Biscuit. It's gonna get dunked. Final 10 seconds of game 4. Hydra could score this. Couldn't force us to a game 5. Is this one sent down? Luis on the dribble. Does he have some magic in him? He pops it up high, but Arrival not quite ready, and it touches the ground. We've got overtime merely in game number 4.
One goal. One goal separates us from either a sweep or a potential regain for Hydra. Arrival has to be feeling a little bit nervous, but Hydra, even worse, is they have to get this goal to even keep their season alive going into this overtime. All that matters is making these defensive touches for them. They can't let any more free goals go in, but it's going to be difficult. Arrival giving it everything they've got.
Arrival playing out of their minds in this series as they find themselves up 3-0 on 17-1 Hydra. But this ball back in their corner. They've got to win this game to pull off the sweep. This ball popping up, going out. Luis finding a 50, but Mayo able to keep it back in. This could be deadly for him. They're popping up towards the net. Chipmunk, he's gonna have to make another touch, and he does. He's over Biscuit. Can he follow it down? Lecce is gonna make a catch, but dangerous ball. Foam off the backboard, not quite gonna go. Chipmunk man trying to drop it down for Luis. He's looking for a 50, but that will not go. That's where a minute gone by in overtime here in game number 4.
And I am so scared for Hydra here. They look even more nervous. They're getting pushed back into their half. If they can get back on offense, here might be a good opportunity. But it seems like if Arrival is able to get this sustained pressure, then they are going to be the ones coming out on top. Luis getting it past another. And Hydra just has to try to hold on, has to try to break out and turn this game into theirs.
Yeah, they really do. They need to get back on the offense there. They're looking for it here. This ball up. Luis awkward. That one goes in the back of the net. No sweep for Arrival. We're heading to game 5.
And we will not get 3 sweeps in a row here. The 1 seed surviving by just a hair. Arrival not able to close it out, but still. Hydra now, if the games continue to be as close as they have to do that 3 more times in a row. That's a lot of lives left for Arrival. Do they have it in them? Yep. Well, I certainly hope they have it in them, as I'm not sure where my rocket
I had my mic muted for a second there. The cough button. You know.
Gotcha.
Didn't hit the uncough button. But I was as I was trying to say, Arrival is is going to go for a strategy here merely. They said, hey, we won the first 3. They got a game. We're shutting down your momentum right now. Tactical timeout has come out from Arrival.
And that's a smart play. I'll say what I've said before, but in the grand finals last season of Rival, Galaxy had our number for the first 2 games. We were able to come back and get 1 game, but they just took a timeout, immediately reset. We weren't allowed to get any momentum, and then they came out and won every other game in the series. It's really important to shut down the other team before they can get that momentum going. I think that's a very wise call from Arrival here, and the good news is for Hydra, that was another close call. I wouldn't say that they have that much momentum even going into the second game, even getting the win. And now they have a little bit of time as well to try and consolidate, try to adjust their game plan here.
Yeah, it kind of works both ways. I know Arrival here trying to shut down the momentum, so it's a great timeout on their part here to shut it down. Even if they did somehow lose this game, they still have game 6, they still have game 7 to try to regain. But Hydra, now merely they got to think about it a little bit. And maybe that's another side of it. It's a little bit mental. Maybe Hydra can use it to help build up. But I know they wanted to carry that momentum over. They finally got a game in. They finally won. But, it's not meant to be there. And now, as we head into game number 5, do you think Hydra still has the momentum, or has it shifted back to Arrival with this timeout?
I mean, I think it's got to be pretty split here. Arrival with the 3-1 advantage, the knowledge that a reverse sweep is very improbable. Not impossible, but very rarely pulled off. They still have the mental edge, in my opinion. But with that said, Hydra now, they did take a game, although they had to work for it very hard. Momentum is an abstract concept, right? It's all about how you're feeling. So if Hydra can try and take what they learned from that game, how they won, then they can very well try to develop an edge in the further games.
Yeah, they definitely could here, and it's, again, very important. Like you said, reverse sweeps are near impossible here in best of 7. It's only happened once, and it was in the Rival League. This one, Lecce gonna dunk it through, and our Hydra trying to make it happen here as they strike first.
That's a good start. Not the best play on defense by Arrival, kind of just giving Lecce a free ball, and he does make the most of it. Even 2 defenders in net, manages to 50 both of them, and for a 3rd game in a row, Hydra will take the advantage. They've lost it in every game so far, even though they did manage to win in the overtime last game, but it's still proven to be a difficult battle.
It really has. In Arrival, they've been great to answer on pretty much every occasion. Besides that overtime in the last game, Hydra was able to come out victorious. But now, this one in the midfield, Mayo trying to get it on net, but Foam going to deny it away and send it back. This ball again in the corner, Hydra going to find out a clear. Foam trying to stop it, Lecce sending it back. Chipmunk, a little bit awkward as this one sent back towards net. Luis there just in time to clear it away. As Lecce again trying to set this one up in the midfield. A great pass, but Mayo, he can't quite connect. A little bit too speedy on that one, as that one does not quite go Hydra's way, but they still have the 1-0 lead here. As, wait a minute, they're looking for more. Here comes Mayo looking for the shot. He can't connect, though, on that one, and Hydra is merely still happy to hold on as we're about a minute 15 in.
And they're back in this position where they like to be. They have the majority of the pressure. They're getting good shots on net. Arrival, a few miscommunications offering opportunities, even though Hydra's only succumbed or only been able to capitalize on one. They're in a good spot here, looking to try and take yet another game, but they still have to try and deal with Arrival's offense, and that's been the big thing so far. This one, not going to quite go in, but so far Hydra's, they haven't looked bad on offense. They've been able to generate pressure, able to put some shots on net, as this one just high once again, barely not able to capitalize, but they have to deal with this offense as well, narrowly avoiding conceding there.
Yeah, Luis found the demo but couldn't quite find it on target. Chipmunk trying to force something there. And Arrival still back on the attack. Luis off the backboard. Chipmunk trying to come in, but Seabiscuit just able to get the touch away. This ball down and under Mayo. Send it towards net. Luis can't connect, and Mayo is just going to double tap it in. And Hydra starting to look a lot better now.
And with all of the pressure, it is resulting in a lot more chances. Mayo getting this one through. That's a tough read to get when you don't know if the offender is shooting or just going off the backboard. Mayo chose wisely there in order to go off the backboard and get the goal. Hydra now up to a familiar position, but also one that they surely can't be feeling too confident in.
Yeah, they probably aren't too confident, but merely what I'm seeing from this Hydra squad is looking a lot better. I haven't really seen any missed touches. There was a lot of mistakes where they just missed or just whiffed or were out of position. But right now, they're looking a lot better, just making the touches that they need to make, and Arrival, try as they might, just can't stop it.
Yeah, they are looking much more coordinated, especially on offense, making the most of a lot of these opportunities. As another miss coming out from Arrival. Lecce with a free ball here does get the bump, and Hydra making a statement. They are not out of this series at all. Lecce getting yet another one.
Yeah, Lecce just pops it up in foam. Poor guy there tries to get around him, but Lecce just able to get the bump around, and it's 3-0 Hydra. They are right back in this one. And the timeout, they tried to make it happen, but I don't know, maybe it worked the other way merely. Is Hydra, they are just still going, maybe starting to find some confidence knowing that Arrival, they, called the timeout, maybe a little bit concerned.
Yeah, they do not look like the timeout has affected them in the slightest. Still Arrival trying to press the issue, not able to get that shot on target. And on the other side, Arrival not really looking as confident, not as composed as they were in previous games. That was an interesting touch there, but it will not result in a goal, and that's a nice demo. Luis coming through. He will get the finish. Still a minute 30 left, and Arrival in this game.
I was going to say, before Luis finds a demo and this one rolls in, that was the largest lead for Hydra of this series. But now, Luis, the man that performed so well in that Game 3 against the Knights, I got 3 goals in the game winner to force them, to help them move on, avoid the sweep. In the previous matchup, he comes up clutch there, and now we can need some more from him as they're down to mid-15 if they're going to want to try to tie this game up and see if they can force an OT. It's this one sent back in, and Hydra just merely has got to hold on here for a minute. It's got to play solid Rocket League, not like they've done all season. But wait a minute, here comes Foam off the backward. Lecce awkward chipmunk. Oh my goodness, Lecce with a huge save. Here comes Luis. The ball out of the midfield, but Lecce makes the save.
And that it might be a turning point. That is a crucial save. If that one went in there, Arrival had a real chance. They still do, but it's going to be a lot more difficult with time ticking away. A brilliant goal line save there. Just barely keeps Hydra with their 2-goal advantage, and now they are the ones looking for yet another one. All they have to do is play their time advantage, and it's looking like they are going to be taking this game number 4. Wait,
Red
game...
Wait, through.
Wrong game.
This is game 5, but...
Oops.
But yes, they will be taking this game if they can hold on. So they're down in the final seconds. Hydra just got to play smart here. Arrival needs 2 goals, but probably not going to find it here unless Luis has something to say. Lecce cuts that down as the time ticks away here in this one. Hydra come back, and they are going to win a game 5, and we're heading to game 6 barely. Forbidden Temple and Hydra building that momentum now as they've won the last 2 games, looking to pull back the reverse sweep.
Well, last time we saw Arrival on Forbidden Temple versus the Knights, in the same position actually, up 3-2, that was an absolutely wild game, as Forbidden Temple always delivers. And now Arrival are the ones starting to let this slip away from them. They still have the advantage, but one more game and all of a sudden Hydra are on equal footing. This is where they really have to shut them down. You do not want to go to Game 7 against a team that's managed to win 3 games in a row, all on Arrival here.
Yeah, the pressure on Arrival's shoulders, but there is still a lot of pressure on Hydra as they know that they have to win this game. It comes down to this. Even if they've had a valiant effort to bring it back here. They've won 2 in a row, but that doesn't mean anything when you get on Forbidden Temple. It's a huge bump comes through, and Foam puts it in 8 seconds in.
And Arrival back to their early scoring ways. That's a huge bump by Luis there to get on Mayo, clear him off the ball, and Arrival strikes first. But it is Forbidden Temple, and I expect more goals of more silly caliber, I'd say. Anything can happen on this map, as we know.
Yeah, anything really can. This map, the most chaotic map in Nemesis, is this one floating in the midfield. Luis can't touch it, and Lecce comes through with that ball. I mean, a weird play there as it goes in for Hydra.
And there it is. Not even close to the weirdest goal we've seen, but a double miss by the defenders there. It looked like Luis was expecting Foam to get a touch there. A little bit too awkward. He will not be able to make the clear now. Equal footing once again. Hydra just will not shut down. They are giving this their all. They believe in the reverse sweep, and it is apparent right now. They've got more work to do, but right now they are the ones with the momentum. They just have to try to keep that going.
And they really do. As Lecce going to clear this one down. They've had the momentum in the last 2 games. Arrival winning the first 3. It's Chipmunk looking for a dunk here, dropping it down. Here comes Luis looking for it, but it's only going to be 50'd up as Mayo sends it out. Biscuit back towards the net. Chipmunk racing, but he doesn't have the boost, and Biscuit puts it home. Hydra on top.
Hydra capitalizing off of another overcommit. Foam didn't really have the beat there, and a brilliantly placed shot. If that was almost anywhere else, Chipmunk was able to get back to it, but he's just not quite fast enough. Arrival taking advantage once again. Or Hydra.
The Hydra able to find the back of the net, and they've capitalized on all the mistakes recently that Arrival is making. And I don't know, Merely, do you think this is Arrival, just playing worse? Do you think this is Hydra stepping up?
It seems to be a combination of the two. Hydra definitely performing much better than the first 3 games. They've managed to make some beautiful plays happen and capitalize much more effectively when they have this pressure, but also Arrival seems to be getting a little bit nervous, although Foam doesn't look nervous here. Narrowly missing the high double touch. And really, Arrival, they look like they're getting a bit nervous. Being up 3 and now dropping 2 in a row, you've got to be shaking a little bit, but still, they only need 1 game. This is their second to last life. They have to try to close it out here, though. In a Game 7, you really don't want to go down from the position of 0-3.
Now, Arrival trying to get this one out here, but Hydra just happy to hold on to this lead. They can add 1 more. Mayo for the bump. He takes him all the way. Mayo wiping out the defender in Hydra. They are feeling it right now. The momentum all in their favor.
And Mayo with a beautiful bump there. Gets it past 1. Gets it through Chipmunk. And uh-oh, things are looking a bit scary for Arrival. Now down 2 once again. They've managed to come back from this previously, but since the first 3 games haven't had the same potential to bring it back. Now they have to try to work overtime to secure this game.
Really do, as Arrival just not quite looking the same way, and Hydra not quite looking the same way that they were looking in the first 3 games. Hydra has battled back here, and they want to force this Game 7. This ball up in the midfield. Chipmunk trying to drop it down, but just over the top of Foam. Chipmunk and Luis collide in the midfield. Foam setting this one up, trying to get another touch, but Biscuit a good clear off the backboard. Lecce is up, but Chipmunk gonna beat him to it. This one's sent down towards the backboard. Awkward there, and Luis can't make the touch. Mayo puts it in, and Arrival just panic here, and Hydra's up 4-1.
And another miscommunication on defense. It looked like Luis thought that Foam would be back faster than he was. Neither of them able to get there, and the top shelf shot will be good. Now it's Arrival who are the ones looking shaky on defense. They have to clean it up, or else they're going to Game 7 against a team like Hydra who has all the momentum in their favor.
Yeah, and this is not a team that you want to have the momentum in their favor. They have been so good all season. 17-1, the number 1 seed in Rival League. And they are looking to do this one and bring it all the way back to a Game 7. A reverse sweep has only been done once in a best-of-7. That was the Pineapples over the Mafiosos way back in, I believe, Season 5, if my memory serves. And Tashega actually involved in that when he was on the Mafiosos, so he's been on the other side. He knows what it takes to bring it back here and knows what can happen when you let the other team get the momentum. And with 1:30 left, Hydra just got to play smart here. Got to play to keep the ball away, and they could walk away with this one worse than Game 7, merely.
And it is looking like that's where we're headed, but another shot on target, blocked away easily by Seabiscuit. I'm really impressed by Hydra. You know, in the first 3 games, they were making a lot of uncharacteristic defensive mistakes, miscommunications, but they've really cleaned up most of those in the latter half of the series here, looking like a much cleaner performance. And it's been the difference for them. Now up 4-1, about to push a Game 7, and they look like they have regained their confident selves.
really have. Hydra just looks so good here. And really, you gotta go back a little bit as Hydra should be able to close this out unless a rival can make a last-second comeback. You gotta go back. You have to wonder, in that game number 4, they had overtime. They had all the momentum going their way. As, wait a minute, a little two-man passing play opportunity. Luis setting up high, but Foam can't put it on. And you have to wonder, they were so close to closing out this series, but Hydra, the grit and determination to hold on and battle back is impressive.
And yeah, they were 1 goal away from closing out the series. They haven't had any games where it was that close, any games where the opportunity was that close to them. You have to wonder if that's affecting them as well. Just constantly in the back of your mind thinking if that overtime had gone differently, they wouldn't be in this position at all. And now, with 3 seconds left, the game is confirmed in Hydra's favor, and we are heading to Champions Field for another reverse sweep attempt.
Get the Game 7 alert out, boys, as we have a reverse sweep on the line. Hydra, the number 1 seed, is looking to do what is nearly impossible. And really, who would have thought this would have been happening at the beginning of the series? I know we thought it'd be a close series, but who would have thought 3 straight wins for a rival, a Game 4 victory for Hydra. The momentum swings back. They win 3 in a row. And it all comes down to Game 7. Champions Field. Hydra looking for their reverse sweep. Our rival looking for the upset. It all comes down to Game 7.
And a rival maybe wishing they had that timeout back. A convincing 4-1 win in game number 6 here. Now they have to go to Champions Field. And we talked about earlier, I said I needed Mayo to get involved, and he has been getting involved. The goal scorer in this game especially, getting that bump out play, getting shots on net, getting saves as well. Hydra looks all around like a completely different team from early on in the series. And now it's on Arrival to try to regain their form, try to take it back, and try to close out the series where they couldn't in the first 3 tries.
Yeah, it all comes down to this game here as Arrival. Can they hold on here? Can they fight off the reverse sweep? Or will they make it back? And I just saw an interesting feed mirror. I checked the BC. Arrival had left. I think they took a 60-second cooldown right there. They left the VC for about 60 seconds while they're waiting for that timer. They're back in the VC, trying to get the mental reset, and boy, do they need it here as we're heading to Game 7. As this one almost going to start out for Hydra. It's off the backboard, and that one going to be cleared away. The most important Game 7 of these players' lives.
Absolutely is, and well, 1 game. Hydra has taken 3 in a row, and what a shot by Mayo! The Game 7 first goal, and a ridiculous angle.
Oh my goodness, Mayo, we wanted to step up, and what is that angle? How does he hit that in? Mayo, a man on a mission here in Game 7. And wow, that is how you start off the game. The momentum staying with Hydra.
And that is a tough one to concede if you're a rival. Good luck saving that once it's headed towards net. But early on in the series, still anyone's game. Hydra still with the momentum, looking so good and looking like their usual selves. This is going to be, once again, we said at the beginning of the series, it turned out not to be true in the first 3 games as another opportunity. But this is definitely an uphill battle for the Arrival roster.
Yeah, it really is. They won the first 3, but then dropped the next 3. As a huge miss comes out, Luis is going to put it in. And that is the man you want to see step up for Arrival as they tie up this Game 7.
And it might have been a beautiful shot, but one shot can't win a game. Luis with the open net. A nice bump there also by Foam to make sure the defender was nowhere near saving that, and Arrival tie it up.
Arrival, a huge tie up here in this one, as they needed that goal. They just needed to see the ball in the back of the net, and they do, as they are able to get on the board in Game 7. Hydra looking for this reverse sweep. This ball awkward, sent out Foam. Gonna find the 50, looking to stay with it. Can't quite get the clear he's looking for, but Luis helping him out. Lecce, awkward ball in the midfield. Biscuit, he's gonna make the turn on it. Luis on the sidewall trying to get it out. That one's sent back. And Foam right back in the zone. Chipmunk gonna pop it up. Foam again off the corner. Biscuit able to get one touch, but a little bit awkward here as Luis, he's sending it up high, looking for a dunk here. Find something, but not quite able to get it on target. And about a minute and a half in, merely still tied at 1 apiece. Arrival, they're trying to push the issue, maybe starting to get a little momentum in their favor as they've had pressure for about the last 30 seconds or so.
It's a good sign for them that they were able to equalize so quickly. Mayo looked like he was on a mission, and he looked like he did not want to concede, but another awkward play here won't result in a goal, but Arrival's defense still looking a bit shaky, and they have to clean up these errors. They can't afford any more of these big defensive blunders, or else the series will be lost.
Almost a blunder there, but Chipmunk able to get back and save it away. As here comes Leche. But that one not going to go. Biscuit waiting on the wall. Trying to channel that Game 7 ice that they had against the Whiteout. Is, oh my goodness, Biscuit going to land on that ball. Send it in. Hydra, no strangers to Game 7. They beat Whiteout in that intense Game 7. So Whiteout was looking for the upset on him. Arrival also looking for that upset. Can Hydra clutch up again? This ball up high. Leche is there for the shot. He puts it in, banging it home. And our Hydra is on top.
And once you see that free shot off the backboard, Chipmunk got bumped in net, couldn't even try to jump up for it, and you know that's Hydra all day. They regained the lead, and they are looking as confident as ever.
Yeah, they really are. Just ready to go. Here is Hydra. They take the lead back, and it's Arrival. Again, they have to find the answer. They've been commanding in those first 3 games, but now find themselves in the toughest position. You can find yourselves down by 1 here in a Game 7, trying to avoid a reverse sweep. As Leche pop this one up, Chipmunk just waiting. He's going to get bumped off of it. It's going to go in. Leche with a huge goal. Hydra is feeling themselves trying to get this reverse sweep.
And this has been a guaranteed goal almost every time Hydra goes up for it. Leche this time with the crucial bump. Luis, no boost, can't get there. And Hydra with another 2-goal advantage. And this looks convincing. They want this reverse sweep, and it looks like they just might have it.
They might have it here. Could be the second team ever to get a reverse sweep in a best of 7 in Nemesis history. Been around for 7 seasons. Almost probably 100 playoff games. And now Hydra trying to make some more history here. Foam trying to 50 it down, but it's sent back. Chipmunk cuts it off. And they're down to their last lives here. They need to find 2 with a minute and a half remaining. They got to channel that Arrival that they had in the first 3 games if they're going to want a chance. Leche is up here for the shot. Chipmunk has to make the touch and does. Biscuit still able to connect though. As Foam sending it off the sidewall. Leche's up, can't connect. This is an opportunity sent towards the net, but Mayo just in time, able to get down the way. Arrival got to start turning on the offense here. This one's sent towards the net, but another save comes through. As they are really pushing here, Maryland. They've got to. They need something as the double commit comes through. Dangerous ball. But now down to 60 seconds remaining. Hydra, Mayo for the shot. Looking for that double tap, but can't find it. And the pressure's on, Maryland.
And they need something now, less than a minute remaining, and Hydra just has the utmost confidence. They're going for everything, almost a double tap to put in the dagger, but Arrival still in this game if they can just get one quickly, but they have to get it amazingly quickly as that, and Hydra is not giving them anything.
Yeah, Biscuit trying to waste down the time, doing an excellent job at it. Mayo off the backboard for the double tap and the dagger. Hydra is looking for this reverse sweep, and it's 4-1 with 28 seconds remaining.
And that appears to be the game. We have a leave from Foam there. Unfortunate. The Game 7 by Hydra. They confirmed the reverse sweep. And what a series. What a way to come back. Overcoming the mental barrier. All 3 players once again stepping up, contributing to this win. And they will close it out. Hydra retains their status of #1 seed and manages to move on to the grand finals.
Wow, and I mean, who would have thought that, Merely? I mean, you just go back, I mentioned it, Arrival, you know they got to be in pain. I mean, they were the underdogs here. No one expected them to get this far, and they go up 3-0 on the #1 seed. They were an overtime away, a coin flip even away in that overtime from sweeping Hydra out of this one and making it to the grand finals. But Hydra just able to battle back, and I mean, just an excellent performance. Only the second team ever to reverse sweep in Nemesis, and to do it, to get to the grand finals. They have done it. Hydra, the reverse sweep is on. Hydra is heading to the Season 7 Rivalry Grand Finals.
What a performance. Said it before, gotta say it again. Credit to all of these players. We knew they had it in them. Came out a little bit slow, but really turned it up in the last 4 games, managing to get all 4 straight, and they managed to move on to the grand finals. But honestly, huge credit to the Arrival roster. Once again, huge underdogs managed to come out and not necessarily stomp, but gain a ridiculous advantage, taking the first 3 of the series and so close to just getting that sweep and sending Hydra home, but they don't do it. And once you gave Hydra the chance to regrow its heads, they came back with full force, managing to close it out. A fantastic series.
It really was a fantastic series. And Hydra, they're heading to the grand finals. Congratulations to them. We are going to be heading to a short break, as when we come back, we have Venganza, we have Pinnacle for the Titan League semifinals, who will have the honor of going up against Blizzard in the grand finals as they try to get their three-peat. Only time will tell. We're going to head to a short break, so stick around, and we'll see you guys in a couple minutes.
Go on, myself. I'm cold, steel stainless. My glass half full. Always said, don't suffer no fools.